Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Starlost Stormridden. I'm Cryolane. I'm the GM. This is the party, and a bomb went off in their house last session.
That's the recap.
Whoa.
Go.
Yep. That's last time on Stormridden, we picked up with the group freshly back in the city of Cloudbreach, finishing up with their dinner at Nearly's, and then Vane having a conversation with him about the map and the issues with Brutum that had occurred in Haven. As they got all caught up, Nearly essentially told Vane to not worry too much. That he was gonna take all that information and figure out what to do with it. But he was not upset that Brutum ended up dying. In fact, he seemed to imply he didn't really like Brutum all that much, so he doesn't really care. He also was informed that Selic, when he sneaks out at night, is not doing anything strange or nefarious. He's just scaring the crap out of people, which I guess is strange.
I was going to say, I think that is strange.
Strange or nefarious. He's
Also,
going out and making people terrified.
Actually, it is both of those
He's not
things,
doing anything
Cryo.
strange or nefarious. He's just doing stuff that you would describe as strange.
He's not doing anything criminal.
He's not doing anything criminal. There we go. You guys head home and open up some letters. A tapestry that was sent to you from Alex of Squad 12 on their way out to their job that they're currently doing. And a letter from Tyda thanking you for all of the well wishes you've sent to the Kilby farm and how you keep recommending it to people. You guys all sit down for a long rest. And as you get ready for bed, Selic eats Vane's dreams as per usual, and then sets out to drop off the thing of bottles at Mephi's. While Runava sits down to paint. And while Runava is painting, Runava comes to a sort of horrifying realization for herself. And that is that every time she tries to paint members of her family or old friends, she is just painting them per the description in her head. She is not painting them from an actual image she is conjuring up anymore because she can't conjure up an image of them anymore. She has forgotten what they look like. So she paints them as she thinks they should be. Something which drives her to a full and total breakdown. She casts silence on her bedroom and proceeds to destroy most of her paintings, and ends up curled up in a ball on the floor where she falls properly asleep. She does not trance. Selic returns home, and many of you have dreams that night. Bella particularly has a vision of that same city you guys had seen in your shared vision when you found a piece of Runava's headpiece. However, this city is now destroyed, and Bella is no longer in control of what she's witnessing, which is ironic because she's witnessing it all as herself. As she goes through the city, she encounters a warm light, a dangerous light. And while she reaches for it, another voice calls out to her as the giant with a heart of gold, and realizing she cannot resist on her own, intervenes and pulls her away from the light. Runava, meanwhile, has nightmares about some horrifying dark place where she's hunted and attacked, but then eventually is found and protected by something. And meanwhile, Selic has Vane's dreams after falling asleep and being overwhelmed by a strange sensation. Selic dreams of what appears to be Vane's childhood, first on the deck of a ship and then working in a forge or a blacksmithing shop of some kind, eventually ending up in an orphanage before meeting Warren and traveling with them. The dream is ended by a searing pain that hits their shoulder where their arm meets their chest. Before finally having a quick shot of all of you enjoying yourselves at amusement. Everybody wakes up. With Bella desperately trying to write down details of her dream before she forgets it, and only getting the initial sort of setting off. Vane, you wake up fantastic. Ritz, you rise, open the window, and shoot a bolt of lightning out into the clouds as you feel your power returning to you. A bolt of lightning which promptly disturbs Runava, who woke cocooned by every blanket, pillow, and article of clothing in the room, because in the night, Zervi had cocooned her in everything and kept watch on her. Vane, you set out to the All House so you can talk to Susie about potentially having a discussion over lunch so you can turn her down. And then you head to Rollo's Mythical Magics. As you head off to Rollo's, you happen to bump into Selic and Ritz, who also went there. All of you buy various little magical items and things. Selic also separates real quick to go to a bookshop, Pages by Eileen, where he buys a blank book with a lock. Back at home, Bella commissions Runava to design the hilt for the Vicious Bane, as Bella wants to use them, but it's not really matching her style. So, yeah, Noah?
I realized we never said this on screen. Vane did buy one additional thing, and we should say it now because it never showed up on
yes,
screen,
Vane
so.
got to buy one additional common item because of a pricing discrepancy.
Yes, he bought the... Where'd it go? Uh-oh.
You interrupted me for this.
I did. It was the Book of Instant Copying.
Yes, there you go.
Luckstone.
You did buy. We're not going to go through what every single one you bought.
To be fair, the stuff that's not on screen, I feel like is fair to hit real quick.
Okay. The Luxcritone was on screen. Bella commissions Runava to design the hilts for Vicious Bane, because Bella wants to use them, but they don't really match her style. Bella also noticed that Runava seems to be a bit out of it, as Runava only opened her door a crack and looked out in very disheveled state, before eventually returning to bed. Bella making sure she gets a glass of water before she does. Vane and Susie went on their coffee date, where Vane does his best to let Susie down gentle and fumbles it a bit. But luckily, Susie has done this before and basically tells Vane that it's okay, they can just be friends. Then the two of them just talk about normal things as friends do over coffee. Last but not least, Bella waited for Lance to show up and drop off everybody's reward. He does show up, claiming that he overslept this morning and his entire day has been thrown off by about 4 hours. He apologizes profusely as he gives you a chest full of 5 cloth bags, each one containing a small hooded lantern and several little goodies such as soaps and lotions, as well as another coin purse inside of them that contains 250 gold. So each of you get 250. Bella lights one of the lanterns real quick to check it out and discovers that it is magical in nature, filling the room with a light that functions very similar to detect magic. She double checks the tapestry that was sent to make sure it's not some kind of magical item, and it's not. However, in the mantelpiece, the bottom of the fireplace, seemingly having been either placed there or dropped from the chimney down into it, is a rock. A sending stone, very similar to the one you all found below the forests north of Haven. And out of it comes a voice that had been waiting for someone to pick it up. Excitedly declaring that you're home and that they've been waiting for you, asking if you're the ones who killed Dane, which you are, And then out of the other sending stone, the one that you had been carrying for a while, came the statement that whoever this person is wants you to know that you might feel safe in Cloud Breach. There's nowhere she can't find you. And then the sending stone that was in your fireplace promptly explodes like a flashbang in Bella's hand, hurting and briefly blinding her. And that was where the session ended. We are going to pick back up in a little bit of a meanwhile. Selic and Ritz, you're both headed home, I assume? Okay. As you're heading home, you guys are going to bump into Vane. But Vane, before you bump into them, I'd like you to just roll me a d20. Tell me what you roll.
12.
12? Okay. You are able to find a bakery.
Nice.
And it's not selling exactly what you want, but it is selling something similar.
It's okay. I don't technically know what I want. I know a description of what I want.
That is true. So you think it's perfect. It's not quite, but it's enough.
Perfect.
So you guys bump into Vane at a crossroads in the residential district with a little basket carrying all of his goodies, as well as an extra little parchment thing that you had not expected. Well, you guys also have all of your own little goodies and everything. Selic, I don't know if you have your empty book out or if you're just walking along with it.
I put it in his bag.
Okay.
What's up?
You guys have all bumped into each other.
Oh, fuck. Van goes sup and then immediately remembers he told Selic he'd be fucked off. And he's like, oh, fuck.
And he returns.
That's
Are you
not my
following
fault.
us?
No.
I thought you were going to fuck off.
I don't control if we cross paths.
You seem very not fucked off.
Fine, I'll go home first. He just immediately starts turning. Then he starts turning and walks and then spins to walk backwards. And he's like, Ritz, did you blow up part of our house?
No.
What the
You would
fuck was
know.
that?
What?
I was leaving and then just fucking, you know?
Oh. No, nothing exploded. Except maybe a cloud.
Now,
I can aim.
my follow-up question, really simple. Fucking why?
Why not?
Got me there.
I don't think he does, but I think there was a reason that was probably given.
Sally,
What?
his wife might be a dragon. This is actually the most sane answer he's given me to any question I've ever asked.
That's fair enough.
I'll just say, passion. Overcame me a little bit.
I don't need
I was
to know
safe,
what,
though.
I don't need to know what passion you got going on in your bedroom.
Why not?
I don't
You
like
saw
that
it.
image. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. It just, he turns back around and just starts walking faster.
Wonder where he's off to.
Home.
You did say that. I didn't say that. Never mind. I forgot.
I think that's the funniest answer, though, if after that you're still just like, wonder where he's going.
Vane actively like, I'll go home first. Don't worry about me. I wonder where he's headed.
Yeah.
Where he's heading.
You guys walk home in a group that's not a group because Vane is like 15 paces ahead the entire time. As you guys are getting back into the militia district, there's a moment where Lance like runs past you guys and just like, oh, hi. My day's crazy. I dropped off your reward at your house.
Oh, thanks.
That would make it crazy.
Wait, how much? What?
Oh, wait.
How much? Just so that we know.
Does me telling you now change anything?
Yeah.
That's
Actually, Ritz is here.
250 and some knickknacks.
All right, great.
I didn't pack it. It was Cersei packed it all, so
All right, great.
Okay,
Excellent.
I've got a lot of paperwork to do, and Tallulah gonna kill me. Like, he just
You'll
keeps
be fine.
running past you all.
And there he goes. Bye, Lance.
Goodbye. Forever, maybe.
Hey, who takes over if you die?
He is too far away to respond. You guys go maybe another block. Your house is in the distance, but like visible at the edge of the street. When all of you suddenly just hear a boom, and there's a flash of light out of all of your windows on the lower floor.
Come on!
That was not me.
Good to know! That's bad then!
Everybody was
Yeah, everyone has that moment of just, that's bad then.
Selleck, do you run with them? Or you... Right. You guys all run. Vane, you get there first, and you open the door. And Bella, from your perspective, this explosion happened. Your hand felt this burning, searing pain for a moment, and your vision went white. And now, as you're kind of blinking it all away, you hear just this loud, and as you're blinking, you kind of turn and look around, and Vane is just there. Vane, what are you doing?
Well, also, I just pulled it out of the fireplace, and it just exploded, so I assume soot has gone everywhere.
Oh, yeah, there is probably a fair amount of soot.
If there's
on
a
the
cloud
ground
of soot,
and on your
Vane
face.
basically opened the door and immediately tethered to Bella, so it's nothing. Just that eerie silence as the tether attaches.
Just literally just like,
Who did this? As he runs upstairs.
You just hear a
Kind of
muffled.
looks around.
Everything is just muffled.
Hey, wake up, wake up. He was lightly tapping her cheeks, hey, wake up, wake up.
what?
What happened?
Hold on, I think I'm deaf.
Presto.
Rich is
Presto.
just
He
kind of opening doors forcefully.
Presto.
Where are you?
Presto.
They
Presto.
grabs a
Open all
book
the
and
doors
writes
except
down.
Brunava.
I'll fucking find you.
Brunava, in your room,
Presto.
you heard downstairs for the second time this morning a loud and audible boom. And then about 25 seconds later, you heard, what happened? Who did this? And then you started hearing just all this
I'll
ruckus.
find you.
And then all the doors start getting thrown open, and then you hear your door handle
Are you in there? I'll get you.
Did you forget whose room this is?
Oh, sorry. Did you hear anyone come up here?
No,
There was an explosion.
I heard
Are
a
you
second one for today.
are you good?
You hear footsteps. There's shuffling and footsteps, and the door opens. What's happening?
Downstairs,
Explosion.
you hear, what the fuck happened? Vane is downstairs holding a piece of parchment up to Bella that just says, what the fuck happened?
So just walking around, getting just presto, there goes the soot. Presto, there goes the soot. Just clean,
Ritz.
clean.
You see behind Runava, there's a cloth that's wedged up between the bed and the nightstand, and there's an audible as Zervi just pops out of it and just
Did you hear anything, creature?
Reacher.
Can't understand them.
He just walks angrily past you, and then he just kind of flops on the stairs and just like a cat going full water mode, just going down the stairs.
Bella, deaf, reads the parchment and was like, "What happened?" Just, oh, there was an explosion.
Vane looks at it, and instead of writing stuff over, he just taps the word "what."
Your hearing starts to come back to you at this point, and the first thing you can properly hear, other than Selig being like "presto," like,
He's
that's
saying
really
it every
that-
time.
He is. He's just soot be gone, soot be gone, soot be gone.
You hear that, and then you just hear a boom, 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 boom as Zervi just thump, thump, thump down the steps before finally coming to a rest at the bottom of it and just going, ah,
What do you want?
ah.
No, I ain't got no food.
You'll kind of hear Ritz going down the hallway, and then he sees you on the ground. Message: Who did this?
Who you
Bella's
message me?
standing.
Yeah,
I'm standing and not deaf anymore.
And also talking to us.
he doesn't know
talking
that.
to
He doesn't know
Okay.
that. He was
you
upstairs.
come down the stairs. You message me. Just, oh, hey, Ritz. It's a long story. Well, it's not that long, but we're kind of in some shit. First thing,
He's in some
What
shit.
did you do?
I didn't do
Renava,
anything. Well, we all
her
kind of did
has-
something.
I was
Renava
gone for
with
an
the
hour.
Blanket around her shoulders, coming down from behind her. It's just, what is going on?
Holy shit, can you
So-
get drunk? Why do you look hungover?
I
So
cannot get hungover.
we got our rewards from Lance, and
A
then
bomb?
no. So
Bella.
We
He
were
like
Mel the
clapped.
Bomb.
He's like reaching
I
way up.
promise this is all relevant. I'm not just saying information to say it. Just let me finish my damn sentence. So, we got the rewards from Lance, and I took it out. There's a lantern in there that reveals magical items. And when I turned it on, they showed there was a magical stone in our fireplace. When I picked it up, I thought it looked like a sending stone, so I thought it was the other half of the sending stone that we found in the caves. And so when I talked into one of them, I got a message from a woman I've never heard before, who basically just told me that she's been waiting to hear from us, and that no matter where we go, if we're in Cloud Breach or otherwise, we'll never be safe from her. And then it exploded.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
I'd prefer you didn't do that.
Don't do that because you did the thing to Bella.
I mean, I'd
Presto,
probably live.
soot be gone.
So we're being hunted by whoever's in charge of the crazy motherfucker who almost killed us.
At the very least, stalked.
Zervi on the floor, just
Thank you, Zervi.
just opening his mouth.
We should probably start training
I've been training my whole life.
harder,
Okay.
faster.
Stronger.
What?
What, do you want us to eat eggs in the morning that are raw and then go for a run? That's gonna present some problems for you.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Oh.
Well.
Lance is gonna die.
Oh. I take a deep breath, a second wind. Just. Why is Lance gonna die?
Cause he just told us not to get in trouble.
We can get in trouble. It's not our fault.
A bomb just went off in our house.
We didn't do anything. Why would we get in trouble?
We're not gonna get in trouble for this.
Okay, he's not gonna blame us. But he is. His little heart is already beating so fast, he's just gonna die.
No,
Who
he's
says we
not.
have to tell him?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm not gonna tell Lance. I am,
Especially since
however.
our
Yeah, I'm
our
tired of
house is
getting the
so
merits.
clean. Presto. soot be gone. Presto.
Okay.
I am, however, gonna go see Captain Delgado.
Okay, before that, I know, terrible timing and all. You said there were lanterns that could find magic?
I point to the chest in the corner.
He just reaches in, grabs. There's more than one, right? There's one for.
There is a lantern for each of you.
Sick.
There are 5.
Vane picks one up and just immediately kicks it on and goes, I'm gonna go check upstairs, just to be safe.
All right.
I'll be back for the money.
Can I like grab one too and like kind of like look around the explosion area where like Bella picked up the stone, see if I like spot any like footprints or anything.
Bella already has hers in her inventory, but each of you can add a lantern of detection to your inventories.
Also,
It's
all
an
your gold's in
uncommon
there.
item.
I'm taking the gold, but while I Cry, how much is it per each of us?
250.
Per? Fuck yeah.
Yep.
God, it's a wonderful life.
It's great having a job.
This is how I feel every payday.
Yeah.
I won't go tomorrow.
Let's spend it all tonight, baby. I won't regret that tomorrow.
All right.
Gotta
Beautiful.
clear out my bank account so I have room for tomorrow's paycheck.
You guys searching the house would not discover any magical items that you were not expecting. Like it is just your guys' stuff as you scan around.
Okay.
And if you scan here downstairs, the remains of this sending stone that exploded are so small and scattered that even if they still glowed, it would be like glitter on the floor. And also, the magic item has been destroyed, so they're not magical anymore. You just have teeny tiny little pebbles across the floor.
No like footprints or anything, I assume, out of the
Nope.
ordinary.
No
It is
footprints
just-
down the chimney with Santa up there.
Oh, you know,
No
I'd
reindeer
probably
tra-
look in the
reindeer
chimney
tracks.
as well.
Make
but
an
I assume-
investigation check for me, Ritz.
Okay. Okay. Uh. 21?
21. There doesn't seem to be a sign of much soot disturbed around the mantelpiece. Selic prestoing everywhere that's not the fireplace probably contributed to that. But he didn't presto inside the fireplace. There's no signs of like foot or handprints or anything like that. Except for the spot where Bella clearly like plucked the sending stone out. With a 21, you can tell it does look like there was a little impact there. So, with your intelligence, it's pretty easy to deduce that the sending stone was in fact dropped down your chimney. So it's not a question of was it placed there, was it snuck in here? Like somebody was on your roof and dropped the sending stone in your chimney.
No signs of entry. It was dropped, clearly.
I just made my brain. I just imagine Ritz like a spider climbing up the wall outside, like going up onto the roof.
No, that's Selig.
He'd probably be bent a little awkwardly looking up the chimney, though, if anything.
Bro is like a fucking...
When Vane comes back from investigating, just like, found anything?
Nothing that shouldn't already be there.
All right, well, does anyone want to come with me?
Where are you going?
I'm going to go report this to Captain Delgado.
Sure.
I have something to do. Go right
Okay.
ahead.
Good luck.
Please. Nothing that sounds like an explosion.
Yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to stay here, just in case. Because
Ritz.
both explosions happened while I wasn't here. That seems like bad
Ritz.
luck.
What?
Nothing that sounds like an explosion.
I'm going shopping.
Oh,
At
don't
my
explode
gold.
anything.
No, I want to be in good word with the shop.
We
Unless they
would-
want me to
wait,
explode something.
where are you going shopping?
Want to go back to that fortune teller place.
So Ritz was like he's going shopping, and then I go, Runava, do you need anything while we're out?
Not particularly.
All right. Well, Vane, in that case, are you gonna go with Ritz, or do you want to come with us?
I'll stay here. I got my exploring done for the day.
All right. Well, you two rest up. What did you bring, by the way? You're carrying like a basket, right?
Yeah, it's just all my
Oh.
stuff. It's all my stuff from the magic shop.
What'd you guys end up buying?
Vane lifts his foot. Shoes.
Oh, you
uh,
got your rod.
And he pulls out a book, like a book that's locked. I got a book.
Knife that can cut glass.
Oh, that's useful.
I bought something else. And book. And he just holds up the book.
Yeah, it's you book.
A book.
You both bought
It has a
books.
glass cover though, which is interesting.
A glass cover.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. What is it?
Book.
Huh?
It's a book.
What's in the book?
Vane turns it and it's completely blank. It's empty.
Oh. Why does it have a glass front?
It's a good book.
Okay.
It's so that he can cut it with his new knife.
Oh,
that
that's how you get into it. You easily. Cool.
I don't know. I thought it
I
looked
wanted
cool.
to test it out.
Is it like
There was a
particularly
description
sharp?
of what it does.
Is the knife like super sharp? Like is it like my knife? Or does
Vane
it
just
specifically
reaches
cut
over
glass?
and very lightly taps it to the glass on the window and just sear like butter.
Literally.
Why?
Just a perfect slice.
Not the window, Vane.
And it just seals back up.
Like a zipper. Like a
Whoa, mine can't do that.
I was gonna hit you for hurting our window.
I wouldn't do that right after
wouldn't
a
do that.
bomb went. Not after a bomb went off in our.
Okay. Well, heading out
See you
then.
soon.
Let's go. Yeah.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
You guys split up now into 3 groups. We have Runava and Vane staying home.
I'm making
I'm
sure the
going
house
back to
doesn't
bed.
blow up.
It's 4 groups. Runava in Runava's room, Vane in the house.
Runava literally just like on a pivot just swirls around and then up the stairs.
Big dead ass.
Goodbye,
fucking
Nosferatu.
Frog blinks and then turns and leaves.
Oh, I watched that movie.
Bella and Selic are off to talk to Delgado, and Ritz is off to the shops. His words, not mine. Start real quick. Just Ritz, where are you going? Like, what shop? Oh, you're going to the
fortune teller.
the Oculi. That's right.
Yeah,
you said
fortune people.
a fortune teller.
Just gonna ask if they have like those fortune cards.
Just gonna ask
Do you have
them.
more fortune for me?
Okay. In that case, there's that lovely little ring of a bell as you come in through the front door, and much like your very first day here in Cloud Breach, you're like, ah, wonderful. A wave of incense smoke hits your face, and your eyes immediately water a little bit.
He's like, stay strong.
And the secretary immediately is like, hello, welcome to the Oculi. What can I do for you?
Hello, madam. Could I perhaps purchase some of those cards that you pulled before?
Oh, you're here to buy a deck of your own. You don't want a reading?
How much for both?
Well, a reading is just 1 gold. If you want a deck of your own, that will be 5.
Do both.
Specially printed, made, and charmed right here in the oculi.
Can I see them?
Reaches under and just pulls out a little deck of cards and just like clicks it on the table.
Which one's your favorite?
My favorite? I really like the art on the sun, personally.
I'll have to think about mine. I'll take a reading too, though.
Ah, perfect. That will be 6 gold, and I will see if Miss Telta is available for you.
Thank you.
She slides the deck of cards out to you for you to flip through. And while you're waiting for Telta, we will real quick back to the two at home. Runava upstairs. You're literally just curling back up in the bundle of stuff on the floor and passing back out. Perfect.
Oh, yeah, I am.
You doing anything downstairs?
Yeah, after a couple minutes, he's like, hey, just knocking on the door.
On Renava's door?
Yeah.
No, on one of the empty doors.
Yeah. I'm talking to the ghosts.
You're muted, Kay.
Into the door with the room with the big hole in it.
Yeah.
That's the world. I'm knocking on our front door on the inside.
Want to see if something answers.
Yeah, I'm going knock knock. Who's there?
I reach over and I grab Zervi.
I
I have opened the door 3 times today. It's your turn.
There's way too many times.
Put him down.
You can squeeze under. You under.
He looks at you as you're like, you can squeeze under, and that he's like, and you can tell that he's complaining that you said it's your turn to open the door, and then you didn't mean for him to open the door. Like, he's like, you say this one thing, but that's not what you want, and I'm so tired. And he just like thump out underneath the door. And Vane, you look down as you just hear this little, and Zervi's just looking up at you, just like,
Hey, bud.
ah.
Did your mom not want to talk to me? Does she know I have magic?
Ah.
Well,
Renava said what?
Zervi is absolutely just like, do you know he has magic?
yes.
I realized I should have specified. He pulls out the scroll. I can't use this.
And then he shoves just his head back through. So Renava, you just see. He's got a spell scroll.
Low price.
Can't go get any rest at all. Get out the mess.
God,
You get up.
such a depression mood. The sleeping all fucking night and all fucking day.
Can't
Man,
get
I'm
any
so
rest.
tired.
Fuck.
They're not letting me sleep.
You step over all the like broken stuff
Relatable.
that's still on the
Yeah.
floor. Zervi kind of just watches you come over, and you put your hand on the door handle, and you open it, and he just like, and he just walks back in past you as you look out at Vane.
I love that he talks like a shy guy. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a high pitched shy guy.
Yes.
Low price. I can sell it to you. And he holds up the little parchment. I got bread.
You say I've got bread, and there is this immediate just As Derby comes doom, 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 back over.
This bitch is too depressed to feed me.
Really, the energy he has.
Vayne just goes, peace offering.
He's like, I'm starving, please.
Peace offering, considering you look like you got hit by the delivery.
You can say that. What's the price?
This? 100 gold. I think that would... Crap, how much did you say a second level's worth?
Of it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Blur.
And for the bread?
Share it with me. Tell me if it's anything like the one that you had growing up. You spoke so highly of it. I tried to find the best thing that I could that fit it.
75 gold and you got to deal.
80.
77.
Fine.
I take the bread, I take the scroll. I close the door.
My money!
After a little bit, she comes back out. And she is wearing this.
Oh shit, we're gonna outfit change. Fuck.
Only briefly.
Depression, Runava.
Depression fit.
Depression
That's
fit.
Hi, here's your
Vayne has a moment of just like, he sees you open the door and he's expecting his money and then he goes, new look?
only temporary order. It's not like we're going anywhere.
Nice. Would you rather keep in your nest? Because I forget I'm like a head taller than you, so I could just see over you. Would you rather stay in your nest, or do you want to come sit on the couch?
I close the door with my foot. It's a mess in there.
Nice.
I just break off a bit of the top and I just toss it to Zerby.
You toss it to Zervi, and it's like it's like it hits a garbage disposal. It's fucking just like shreds it.
She's gonna head downstairs.
Guys, head downstairs, and you go to sit on the couch. We'll come right back. We're gonna cut away to the two of you who are going to talk to with Delgado. You walk with Ritz for a bit and then separate as you continue on to the Apropos Tower.
On the way, so it's just like, I'll let you do all the talking. You were there.
Sorry, one more time?
I'll let you do all the talking. You were the one that got exploded.
Sure. Yeah. It's, wow, it just really feels like we're, just fast track to, deep shit, huh?
Yep, that's why I'm walking with you.
Oh, you think I'm gonna get ambushed?
No. I think that anything could happen. And I feel as though you are, how do I say this? You are a big target, and you look for the good in people. And sometimes, the good in people is a farce. And Ritz, I mean, I think if they were targeting anyone, they might try to take down the mountain that we have first. So that's why I'm walking with you.
Well, it'd
Not
probably
saying that
take
you
them a
couldn't.
while.
Not saying you can't handle yourself. you got exploded while you were at home.
It's true. I did get exploded.
So I worry that something else could happen.
That's fair. I appreciate that.
No problem.
I mean, I'm in good health now. Just needed to take a bit of a breather. It wasn't. I mean, it didn't hurt that bad. My fucking singed ass hand. It'll hit it. You know, it'll be better by morning.
Here. Can I see your hand? He prestos. It's like the singe, like the soot, and then he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out some lotion and just
Oh, some burn cream. Oh, that is
moisturizer.
really. That's like. What is that, like aloe vera? That's really good. Thank you.
It's just moisturizer.
It's great. Thank you.
Explosions can really dry you out.
Yeah, it definitely. It's my hair's a little extra frizzy right now, but
I don't got anything for that, unless you want to put lotion in your hair.
It's okay. No, I really don't want to do that. I wanted to go. Like my first thought was going to Lance, but I don't know where he is. He's running out and about, and I think that
He's having a day.
Yeah, telling him this will make him have a heart attack, as they had implied. But also, it seems like a problem that I don't imagine Mr. Delgado, Captain Delgado, would have a problem with us coming to him directly about. So,
is it wrong to say that I'm glad? Two things. I'm glad I got this bag of holding, and I'm glad that you exploded and not me, because I have dynamite.
is it in the bag of holding?
Yes.
Okay, well, I mean, you'd be fine.
That's why I said I'm glad I grabbed the bag of holding.
Oh. Mm-hmm. That's, yeah. I mean, I also got some dynamite in here.
Ah. I'm glad you have a bag of holding.
Or did I actually pick up any dynamite? I don't think so. Now that I'm looking at my inventory. I got the sword. I didn't pick up any dynamite, but I did fill my bottle of whiskey with gunpowder at one time in the caves, which I didn't tell anyone about.
Whew,
a bottle of bonding whiskey is a bottle of bombing whiskey.
Ha! Nice. The entire time, Rook is up, keeping a lookout up top. He's invisible.
Got it. Rook flies around and keeps an eye on you guys. It doesn't seem like there's anyone like tracking you or any familiar faces. Rook is good at being suspicious. So you guys get to the tower without trouble. You take the stairs up until you get to one of the magic lifts, and you take it past the magic guild up into the offices. To the very top of the offices. And you know, down this hallway, to your left is Delgado, and to your right is Governor Barristine. So you turn left and you head down to Delgado's office. A swift knock. There's a few moments of silence, and then just a I'll come in.
I come in.
Oh. Brishonabella and Selik.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
You should call me Bella if it's easier. So, hello. It's great to see you again.
Hello.
Hope you're doing well today.
I appreciate the niceties, but if you're coming straight to me, I assume there's something very important, or someone else sent you to fetch me for something. So if we could please...
Yeah.
So,
you don't gotta get up.
me and my party, our squad, I believe we are being at minimum stalked and at most hunted. by a group that we are not entirely aware of who they are or their intentions. But basically, and so I start explaining. I explain I mentioned while we were out in the field, we were attacked by a group of men in a cave. And then after defeating them, we got the stone. I don't specifically mention, like, we were there to get Runava's thing. Like, while we were out on the field, while we were out, after the stuff at Haven. And then the stuff that happened in the house, I relay exactly how it happened.
You give the whole relay. And real quick,
And she... Huh?
Just give me a quick deception check for the lie of omission of why you were down in the tunnel.
Oh. Deception.
Maybe I should have talked a little bit, damn it.
High charisma motherfucker standing quietly in the corner.
Yeah, 0. Plus 0 right now. And I don't have advantage because I don't have Tempest out. Okay, 15. Natural 15, so total of 15. Does that fail because I can add Tactical Mind?
It does not fail. It wasn't a super high DC because that's not the point of the story, and B, he really does not care at that point of the story until you get back to Clown Breach. Like, he's just like,
and so it's just sort of, and then she said something like, "I've been watching for a while. Well, you killed Dane. You might think you're safe behind those walls, but there's nowhere I can't find you." And then it exploded, and I was deafened for a while, and it really hurt. I mean, it didn't hurt that bad, but like it hurt. And it was a woman's voice, well accented, and yeah, it's the same group of people from that guy who was sent back with Mr. Mr. Black.
Mr. Black teleported him back. Yes.
Yeah, who sort of wasn't talking. So the person who is reaching out to us or telling us that they're haunting us is the same person who that guy would rather die than even mention the name of. So that's not exactly comforting. But so yeah, I wanted to come directly to you because this feels really important, obviously.
And I mean this is no offense because I do take this very seriously. Why did you feel you could go to Lance?
I mean, he's not in his office. He's
also running
somewhere
around and said he had a crazy day.
And I wanted to come here as soon as something happened. I wanted to give a report immediately. And here's that other sending stone, in case it's useful evidence. I hand it to him.
Takes it. He opens up one of his drawers on his desk, and he pulls out. It just looks like a little box. And as he taps at it, you realize it's the same kind of cube you saw Whisper Unto Moonlight use. And as he taps on it and holds the little stone to it, it just boom inside. And then he just he literally, it looks like he just crushes the cube in his hand. It just like vanishes as he just. All right, that's off to evidence in that case. And so, I appreciate you bringing this to me, and I'll do my best to look into it. As far as your safety goes, can ask for Stormridden to watch the wall near your home, where they should have good view, considering you're right against the wall that divides the districts.
Mm-hmm. And we investigated around. It wasn't. No one broke in. They dropped it in through the chimney.
All right. Pay particular note to anyone climbing on any walls. Keep an eye out for stories, rumors of individuals up on rooftops. There goes Kay. Rashana Bella, you have faded away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I
I'm
was-
We
sorry.
should do this normally, Mr. Selleck.
I was specifically watching over her. I failed.
Am I still gone?
No, you're
You're
here.
back.
Okay.
Please just
That's weird.
and I will keep an eye out for any rumors like that. If there is anything else I can do to make you feel more safe, feel free to let me know.
Oh no, it's unsettling, definitely. But I mean, I more than anything wanted to make sure I did the right precautions and did the right procedures with this. I didn't want to take it not seriously, and then something happens, and suddenly, I've read about many tales with adventurers and people who don't tell important people what's going on until it's too late, and then they're in more trouble than they would have been if they had just communicated properly. So,
I do appreciate the communication. And, he has this brief little moment of hesitation, and with both of your guys' passive insight, you get the idea that there is something more he could say, like it's on the tip of his tongue, but he's not quite saying it to you, as he just kind of like, all right.
If there's anything you think might be relevant more, or like anything you think that we should know, or
Is there anything that we need right now?
Yeah.
We need to know everything, because our lives might be in danger. Persuasion.
I will let either Bella roll with advantage or Crow to roll one time, because Crow's got the really high persuasion.
Damn it! I was about to say, and then Kay went, and I was like, wait, no, I got persuasion.
sorry.
No, you're okay. I have a +8.
Well, +8 for persuasion. I have a +0, but I can't add a D10. It's advantage plus a D10 or once +8. I'll let you do it because I rolled earlier.
Okay.
Okay.
Persuasion. That's a nat 20!
Oh,
Hey!
That was the
That's good, 'cause
weirdest
this
roll.
This was not a low DC. This was
Oh, that's
not
that was such a weird roll because I rolled it and normally it like bounces around. It just stuck because it was like on my mat. Natural 20 for a 28.
Weighted. No, just kidding.
It's metal.
To put it in perspective, Bella, even if you rolled a natural 20, you would have had to roll your D10 for a chance of success.
Yeah, put the nat 20 in Epitex. That was awesome. 28.
You say this, and you specifically mention the fact that your lives could be in danger, and you see something shift behind his eyes, like this moment of consideration and concern. Like you've never seen him have a moment of genuine like concern that wasn't him being like, I need to know these things, you have to tell me, it's your job. Like, but this is a moment where he's like, shit, they're right. Okay. And he just stands and just, if the two of you could follow me, please.
Sure.
And he walks past you. He doesn't wait for you to say sure or anything. He just immediately goes for the door, opens it. He doesn't wait for you guys to like follow him. Like he is just walking. As you guys walk out of his office, we're gonna meanwhile again. We are going to meanwhile to Pulse in the Oculi.
Do that.
Yeah.
As I don't know, maybe not. He just froze. Okay, yes.
No,
We meanwhile to Pulse in the Oculi. Pulse, the secretary, comes back out and then just like steps aside from the hallway and holds her hand out. And it's like, Miss Talta will see you now. You walk in, parting everything. As you part everything, you walk back into that same familiar back room covered in pillows and cushions, and sitting in front of this really low table is Telta, tiefling, straight, long, teal hair. She just like looks up at you as you come in. She's got like a small cup of tea, like the Japanese style short rimmed cups. And she just, hello.
Hello
Reese. Yes?
again. Yes.
Have a seat, please, please.
Takes the seat.
I know the ceilings in here are not the most comfortable for folk who are over a certain height.
I don't really expect it to be like that. I've been gifted with a little longer legs, you know.
Oh, yes, but every gift doubles as a curse. It is the nature of such things. You can't
So
have one
true.
good thing without a minus. So, you return for another reading so soon. Most Stormridden at least last the first few... usually their first detachment 6 months before they come back to me. To see you within 3 is... Are you really that concerned about the fluctuations of your future?
Well, I'd say so. All the diverging paths that I could take, I feel, could use a little bit of a push.
Has anyone ever told you the phrase that's common here on the material plane of curiosity and cats?
So I've heard.
Of course, you're not a cat, and I'm curious, so sit, please. I'd be happy to give you a reading.
It's down. Let's see it.
You sit down, and you expect her to pull out the cards, very similar to your first trip. But as you sit down, she kind of runs her hand over the table, and out from under it, almost like she places it, but there is no motion of her setting anything down. There is just a mirror that is covering a chunk of the table now. And she just... So, give me something that concerns you. Could be a single word, like love or money, or it could be something happening in your life. Maybe it's someone that concerns you. Just something that concerns you, keeps you up at night.
Well, I'd say safety.
Safety. The oldest worry of them all. And she taps the mirror, and you kind of like look in. And you just see yourself. And then everything kind of starts to get smoky around you in the mirror. You kind of glance around the actual room, and the density of the incense doesn't change. But as you look into the mirror, it fills and fills until it's just your face, seemingly lost in a cloud and haze. And you see silhouettes moving through this smoke, twisting around you. And Telta just, oh, very interesting. You are surrounded by all sorts of tumultuous chaos.
You see anything specific?
Do. I see that some of the problems stem from you, a past. Long, long past, bearing in closer and closer. Stretching out like a rubber band, ready to snap, whether it's in half or right back at you. I can't quite tell. But then I see... She kind of flicks at parts of the air around you, and in the smoke in the mirror, tiny silhouettes of each of your party members appears with each flick. And just, I see the parasite and the pendulum, the shadow and the wall. The wall is destined for great things. But when you stand atop a pedestal put forth for you by birth, it's so easy to fall. And the silhouette of Bella vanishes, and just... The pendulum, his life controlled by forces outside even your purview. Oh, powerful Ritzarian. Flicks and Vane vanishes too. The parasite, feeding off of all around him for some insatiable appetite, not even his own. Flicks and Selic vanishes. And the most dangerous of all, the shadow. Her achingly long trek leads here. And if you're not careful in the night, yours could end here. Flicks Runava away. But all of that, all of the chaos that surrounds you, compares not one little bit to a spark I see inside. In the back of your mind, something new, something that wasn't here when I last saw you. There is... What is this? And she runs her hand along the mirror, and the smoke all sorts of starts to swirl, and you see almost like in this visage of you, like you are illuminated from the back, and then like the light comes forward, and the image of your face gets fainter and fainter as the light gets brighter, and Telta stares into it. And as Telta gazes into the light in this mix of intrigue and confusion, Ritz, you kind of watch, and it catches your attention. You're looking at the mirror, but then you look up as something catches your eye. Her hair from her scalp starts to shift, and you watch as it turns gold from scalp down, and her eyes turn black. And she's... and you feel this creeping sensation comes up your spine. And she just whispers, almost not to you. Almost like she doesn't realize you're even in the room with her anymore. Just, you've come across something far worse than fate, haven't you? And then echoing out of the mirror are all of your voices, that same thing you said down in the depths under Haven. Just the phrase, all of you chanting in unison almost, of, he is Osmandius. And then, shocking both you and Telta, the mirror shatters on the table. And in like a flash almost, her hair is just back to teal.
So, what is that? That's not normal, is it?
Nothing about the future is normal. And the shattered pieces of the mirror are just gone. And she kind of like leans back and picks up her cup of tea again. And just takes a sip and sets it down. And just... Of course, if nothing about the future is normal, then nothing about the past is normal either. Which leaves us with a very, very uncertain present, doesn't it?
Always feels that way. Many aspects. strange.
She reaches out and she gently puts a hand on the shoulder that Broth isn't on, like opposite him, and just... You and yours are in grave danger from forces far beyond even the Commission. Wonderful what you've gotten yourself into. And she gives you a little pat on the side of the face. And she just... My best recommendation I can give for you is to play your cards close to your chest.
Sort of keep my best hand ready.
I wish I could give you something more concrete, but the magic of fortune telling is that it's interpretive. Would you like a cup of tea?
Sure.
She pours you a cup of tea and raises for a little toast. You dink.
Could I get one more reading?
Another reading. I'm not sure what more I could find, unless there is a broader subject you hope for me to breach.
I would say maybe something around future plans, potentially. I have a couple of paths I could take.
She takes the other gold you put on the table. And this time, she doesn't conjure up a mirror or give cards. She just holds her hands together and she mutters some kind of divination spell. And just... Your best options, should you wish for success in the near future, are to rest. If you take the next few days to rest, that will lead to your best outcome. Don't overwork yourself this week. After all, the future bears down on you swiftly and greatly.
The studying count as rest?
You're not very good at resting, though, are you, Ritz?
No. Feels like I lose progress when I take too long sitting there in the moment. That's why I've been moving constantly. Need to find my people.
Maybe all of the searching is what's hurting you. Maybe you just need to stay in one place long enough for them to find you, unless that's what you're worried about.
Them finding me? No.
Who am I to say? Just a crazy lady breathing in smoke all day.
I appreciate a little crazy. Thank you for your time.
You get up and head out. Meanwhile, back home, Vane, Runava, you guys came downstairs to share some of the bread that Vane picked up on the way home, with Zervi absolutely coming down and like sitting between you both on the couch as you got set up on either cushions, just kind of awkwardly in the silence of the moment with everything that's happened today and the clear attitude that one of you is dealing with.
Which one?
Vane, obviously.
Yeah, I'm in a shit mood. Yeah, so Vane kind of like tries to sit down and then just with like the raw awkward energy and the fact that Runava's not eating the bread right now, he's like gets up and grabs one of the chairs and flips it around and just like sits with his head on the backrest. Are you gonna try it? I gotta know. I gotta know if I'm at least on something.
Take the bag, pull out the bread. I'll rip off a chunk and I'll take a nibble. How's it?
It's good. It's it reminds you a lot of the bread that Granny would bring you in Riverbend, but it's not quite the same as the bread you had when you were younger. Nice and fluffy, good crispy outside, but just there's no nostalgia to it.
I mean, it's alright. It tastes the one similar to what my grandmother would give me, but it doesn't exactly hit the spot. I'll rip off a chunk, throw it over to Zervi, and I'll pass the rest of the bread to you, Vane.
Vane takes a chunk off and he goes, I mean, it's damn good bread. What's the difference? What am I missing? Because, I mean, to be fair, all I had was Fluffy and Westwood, so...
There's a couple of tastes in there that are different to the one that my mother used to make, but comparing it to the one in Riverbend, it's similar enough.
Your mom just have the magic touch.
Yes. She's the head druid, runs the apothecary. So, anytime she cooked, she would add a little bit of this and that, give it a little bit of extra nutrients, extra spice.
Oh, so being a nerd runs in the family.
How do you mean?
You got your books. I know how wizards work. All you do is study.
I feel like you're stereotyping wizards.
Okay, I don't mean it's all you ever do. I mean, in order to get magic, you study for it.
I guess. Wizards are the scholarly type, but I'm not much of a scholar, honestly.
Alright. What was she like?
Whom?
Your mom.
She's... Well, between my mother and my father, she was the strict one, but she always made sure that any sort of need or want between myself and my siblings were always met. She would gather us around the dinner table every night, and she would tell us stories, whether they were fictional or real, but they were entrancing enough for us to get through dinner.
Sounds like my kind of woman. Not like that. Stories.
Unfortunately, my mother is taken.
Fair enough. Stories, though. I mean, they're the interesting thing. They're the thing you can collect from just about anybody.
Right. I mean, everybody has their own walks of life. Everybody has their own story.
Exactly. And, I mean, and he glances you up and down based on the whole get up and that I've actually seen you with a hair out of place. I assume that your stories found you. And knowing you, we're not going to talk about it.
No, we were not. I'll take the bread from you and I'll nibble on a little bit more.
So is that what it's like for everybody? Having mom, family? I mean, everybody else, you know, when I was growing up, it was fend for yourselves. I mean, cafeteria, I guess.
No. I mean, everybody has their own story, so it's not all the same. I mean, Eris had no family to call his own, and Irande only had a parent, so a little bit different for everybody. But for myself, that was the norm.
So you were like a communal house in a way.
Yes.
That's nice.
Anybody was welcome as long as they were called a friend.
It's nice. Ben kind of like sits for a moment. He's like tapping on the chair, and he's just like, you know what I don't get with you?
What?
It always seems like you're thinking about so damn much. And somehow, it seems like you never come up with the answers.
Should I be insulted?
Not necessarily. I am basically the opposite. I tear straight through and put action forth, or at the very least confront the thing. And it's an interesting way of looking about it, because Warren was the exact same. They were craftier than me in a lot of ways. Had ways of weaseling out of any situation we ever got into, but we were both action driven. You let yourself stew on a lot.
Well, when you are a long-lived species, you have the time as a luxury to think upon things as long as you want. Time is merely an option for us, unlike you.
I guess it's a way of looking at it. But even when you have more, you can still waste it. Not that I think you're wasting it now. I mean, clearly, whatever's going on affected you. And taking the time to deal with it isn't a waste. So, I wanted to know. I got the bread. Pull your story. See if it's anything like what you experienced, to see if I could just understand a little bit more of why you think so goddamn much. And, quite frankly, I think it's just good bread.
Perhaps it's just in my nature to think too much. Sometimes I think that perhaps you, and lots of you, have a wrong impression of me. I think, and I stew, due to the amount of time that I have. Humans and human adjacent only have a measly 100 years to live. Some of that, they aren't even capable of thought. Extended thought. There was a time where I didn't need to do much. No ambitions, no drive. Living in a world where it suited that type of thinking. I'm a painter. As was my father. He taught me how to think, or how to paint, and that was all we did. Granted, he made money out of it because he was often commissioned by people, but not for myself. I didn't need to do anything. I had nothing to prove to anybody. I had nothing I particularly needed nor wanted. So how do you think a person who had that kind of thought would live?
Alone?
Not necessarily alone.
Even,
I had friends.
I'm sure you did. I guess, I don't know. I've met some long-lived folks. The nobles tend to be it. They have more time to accrue the wealth. But I think the thing they don't get is that, and the reason that I say alone is because they have all the time in the world and they know it. And so even when they have people around them, they're still lonely. Because they don't appreciate the time they're in, because they think about how much they got.
It's certainly a way of looking at it. At the time, I didn't know we were making memories. I just knew we were having fun.
Maybe that's what you need then. I mean, these are memories. Probably not all good ones, but even now, it's a moment that proves that even if you thought your life in 100-year chunks so that you were down here with the rest of us. They're real. They're stories. And they're things that when I'm long gone, or maybe even you, people can tell them. Because every moment matters if you make it matter. But what do I fucking know? I just brought you bread because I thought the bread would taste good, and I was wrong. And he kicks up off the chair and he's like, that sucks though. I guess I'm just gonna have to meet your mom or something and figure out what that bread is. Plus, I bet she's got more interesting stories to you if she's so much fucking older.
Can you make me an insight check?
Sure.
Am I allowed to ask this?
Am I allowed to? You already asked it.
I'll
The
be
awesome
honest.
question to say after asking it.
I would say if Vane weren't Vane, I would say I wasn't looking enough. But Vane is analyzing you. So that would be a 15.
You can tell, like, Renava hasn't changed disposition, like, at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she still looks like shit.
Yeah.
And there is, you know, when you can tell there's that the person that you're talking to is suddenly pulled back into a moment of their life.
Yeah.
That was extremely significant.
Yeah.
When you say that they're real and that they're stories that people tell, she is pulled back into a moment. Whether negative or positive, you can't tell, but you can tell from that.
So then, I'm kind of tired of having real conversation, and I'm sure you want to return to your nest, but if you don't, come take a walk. We don't gotta say a damn thing. There's still a lot of city left to see.
Take a look at Zervi. What is he up to?
Zervi was tossed that piece of bread. It was gone in like half a second. And then you guys got really embroiled in the conversation. So I rolled stealth. So Zervi's eating another piece of bread.
Great. That's our guy.
I'm like, he's definitely sitting there like, I like freezes midway through this hunk of bread he has.
Sure. Grande always told me to get out more often.
Well, sounds like your friend was smart.
Of course she is. She's the smartest in the fucking world.
That can't possibly be true. I'm alive.
Just rolls her eyes.
Right. Guys gonna go on a walk?
Yeah. They won't
Okay.
push for any conversation during it. So unless he knows he pushed the line, so that's why I'm like, you don't really need to come back to us unless Renava starts conversation.
Okay.
Renava starts kicking a rock at a certain point, and she keeps kicking that rock and makes it follow their walk. She's very invested in this one rock now.
That's a
Okay.
no to Runava starting conversations.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
anyone needed a translation.
Listen, I know that I just burnt out this poor girl, so I'm like, Vane, like the only thing will be just like, oh, that still looks cool. So yeah, crowd, the only thing I want, just tell me if I run into anything cool in like the cordways or anything,
This
something that
girl
we don't
legit-
recognize.
You guys walk all the way the corduways. It's like 45 minutes minimum to get there and then back. Like you can, but I thought you were gonna do like a walk around the neighborhood.
We'll walk the militia district then. That's
You
okay.
don't have to. I'm just informing you of the time scale.
I'm gonna walk to Kilby.
Nah, we'll
See
walk
you
the
in
militia
3
district.
weeks.
We'll walk the militia district. For Renava's sake, Vane mostly. I mean, he seems to walk pretty carefree. You see him scan the area a lot. Like you see him scan the people that they pass by. Doesn't look like he's doing super deep analysis, but he is. You can notice like his eyes flick, his head twists, and then if there's not a person, he's just like staring up at the sky. Seems like he's in his own little world.
Ooh, actually, they'll find themselves in the shops. I'll message you which shops because I don't
We're
want
going to the
Hey,
cordways.
to the corduways it is.
All right, you can move away now.
Meanwhile, Selic and Bella,
I'm innocent.
you two started following Delgado.
Seems like
After
he was
he-
walking for a week. That's crazy.
Bro.
He told you to follow him, and then as you guys got to the top of the stairs and the lifts, he literally just held up a finger pointed down at the exact spot and went, wait, and then walked, continuing to Berestein's office. He walked in for all of 30 seconds. Like, not a long, whatever the conversation was, it was not some back and forth of extended discussion. It was like he popped in to inform someone of something.
He leaves like for a second, and just like there's a moment of silence. Just this feels important.
Yeah.
I feel like we stumbled upon something a little really important,
Yeah.
and then he comes out.
He comes back. He doesn't take the stairs this time. You guys are taking the stairs mostly when you come up here because they're what's usually easily presentable and accessible. And you're adventurers, so a couple of flights of stairs won't kill you.
Unless you're Ritz.
Unless you're Ritz. He's really on the edge all of the time. He's so close.
Or broth.
Of the stairs. The edge of the stairs.
Just Rook pushes Ritz down the stairs. Instead he goes to one of the lifts and he steps into it, like this big sort of sliding door, and as you guys come in behind him, he slides it closed and he lifts a hand up and he presses it gently to the wall where there's like the usual click buttons for it to go down. And there is a little hum, and the lift starts to go down. It's magic. So there's no grumble of machinery or anything. It's just a whoosh.
Mm.
And it goes down and down. And at one point, because the front of it is sort of open, there's just this chain, or not chain, there's like this cage door that closes. You guys see out into the magic guild and then you see into more of the things, and then you see the big open walkway that comes out front, where you normally would walk out into the city, and then you go down again, like you're going to the docks, the big open area beneath that massive sort of just room that is just used for the docks and bringing stuff in. And the elevator gets to the bottom. And then there is this sort of whoosh across all of you. As the elevator comes down to that last step, and all three of you are invisible as the elevator hits the bottom, and then the floor of the elevator, despite it stopping, keeps going down, and a second floor slides into place. As you guys are taken below the Apropos Tower. Delgado turns to you as you all sort of reappear from the invisibility. It was literally only on long enough that no one would question the empty elevator coming down. He turns to you all, the two of you. Normally, I would not show this to someone so soon.
Oh. Dan,
No one else in your corps has been down here.
Ah, it's an honor.
At the very least, I would wait until you were done with your 6 months. And then the elevator comes down, and you are in this hollowed out cavern under the Apropos Tower. It has these big glass windows that look out into the ocean. And the first thing that catches your eyes is a submarine. One of the Titan submarines is here. You can see it through the glass, and it is like plugged into the side of the tower. And Delgado just walks out really confidently, doesn't say anything to either of you.
Ella is just eyes wide, starstruck at all of this. Just, it's home. He's just on the Apropos Tower. So, like he's just yapping completely.
So it's just like slow turning his head, looking at everything. That same, just like, huh, this is happening.
Delgado, after walking like a solid 30 feet, glances back at you, all sort of in awe, and is just like, this is all kept relatively secret, especially from newer folk. It's an underground staging area in the event of emergencies, problems. It's also where we keep prisoners, few and far between as they are.
Oh.
Normally they're kept here because it's easiest to load them back onto a submarine and send them home. We don't normally have prisoners from outside the commission.
How many do you have currently? We don't
Right
mind
now,
asking.
one that you delivered.
Oh.
All of the others were sent home when you arrived. That, he points at the submarine that's out in the water, is for emergency use only. Doesn't take prisoners home. It's there to take us home. If the new world goes bottoms up. As I'm sure you can probably put together, Cloud Breach has many thousands of people living in it, and one of those submarines can carry a few hundred. All in all, not a great solution. But the powers that be like to have something in place.
Are you not the powers that be?
I'm in charge of the Stormridden and keeping the city safe. As far as making decisions regarding policy, keep it the fuck off my desk.
Oh,
Now, just don't take this in offense. This is, well, mesmerizing and surprising. But why are we down here?
Because someone I want you to see. This way. He
Right.
uh-oh.
walks to an area in this sort of carved out section of the wall that it's like a building has been built in, and he opens a door. He like lets you in first. As you walk in, there is what is clearly some kind of window that looks out on dozens of cells. And as he walks in, he's just, "Welcome to Cloud Breach's prison.
Oh.
All in all, we don't normally have to use it. We haven't had to really use it since the Gold Rebellion. Maybe one or two bad eggs that end up here because they're about to be sent back home, but otherwise the demerit system is usually enough."
You don't use the prison. Is there another prison that's above ground? I feel as though there's.
We don't have a lot of crime here. When crime does happen, people typically are refined to house arrest until they're sent home, but if they're particularly dangerous or flight risks, they end up down here until the next submarine can send them back.
We turned in multiple people when we first got here. Are they
You
on
did?
house arrest?
No, they're back home. The submarine was still here. They went
Ah.
back across the wall.
Mm.
The same ship that brought you here took them back.
Right. That makes sense. Sorry.
Okay.
No, it's fine. Questions are questions. No such thing as a stupid one. At least not that I would say out loud. Like I said, currently there is only one occupant down here. And he like flips a big like steampunk lever on a console, and there's a boom 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 as all these magic lights turn on, and there is only one cell with someone in it. It is the guy you guys caught down in the deep tunnels,
Ah,
who
it's
is
the egg
just
sucker.
chilling on his cot. And as the
Oh,
light turns
God.
on, he just ow. Don't
Oh.
worry, he can't see you.
Oh.
This ding ding it only goes one way.
Darn.
Twinktannian revolutionary industry. He leans in and he taps this rock on the console, and his voice is projected in that whole room, and just, "I have some folks here who are interested in what you have to say."
We
On
are?
the console. Fuck off. Lays his head back down, just, "That sounds about right."
Ooh. So he can hear you inside.
He can hear me when I press this.
Oh.
We can hear him all the time.
Are we allowed to speak with him?
I'd rather you not, actually. I came you here because it's also where we keep these. He goes over to a part of that console and he pulls out what looks like a big vinyl disc. You guys may have seen them before. Bella, you've definitely seen at least one being of nobility. But you know that these go in like a voxophone that then plays audio.
Oh, it's actually a vinyl disc.
Yeah, it's actually a
Oh,
vinyl
cool.
disc. So it's just in this sort of like, they're vinyl discs if they were mixed with floppy disks. Like they're in a little metal cage that clicks into the machine and then runs. So you don't have to touch them directly and set them down. And so then he goes over to a machine that would play it and clicks it in. And just, this audio was recorded while he was under the effects of a circle of truth, and interrogation measures.
Hmm.
Okay.
Surprising. You got something out of him.
It wasn't easy, and it took magic.
Right.
Luckily, we have a fairly powerful fae upstairs who enjoys the occasional chance to torment mortals. Clicks the button, and the sound just starts coming out of it, and you hear Eloct's voice, the head of the Magic Guild who you'd previously met, who just, all right, now come on, tell me what I want to know, the juiciest secrets. This raspy voice, very similar to the guy you've just heard, but clearly under strain and duress. This guy was probably shouting or screaming recently. You can hear the rasp in his voice that's not normally there as he just... Elysium's real. My captain is real. And as soon as we have everything we need, you're all dead. Ooh, oh, so interesting. And who's your captain? We call her the Tide Striker. Adelaide. She owns the Stormwall. We'd let you live here. We let you stay here. But I think she's sick of playing the sleeping dog role. I think she's gonna start biting at your heels. Oh, biting's fun. Now, tell me, why were you in the deep tunnels? We were paid. Keep tabs on that item down there. Someone hired our services. That's what we mostly do here on this side of the wall. Someone pays us to do something, smuggle something. We get to live the rich life, far away from you bureaucratic fucks. I don't think I'm bureaucratic at all. I'm fun. You're a monster. And then you just hear it. Just, I am a treasure. Now, where is this Elysium? I don't know. And then it stops the recording. Just
Adelaide.
The truth is, I was lying to you before when I said we've never heard anything of the Tide Striker, that she's a myth, a legend. She's not. She's a pirate. A notorious pirate, one who vanished off the other side of the Stormwall a long time ago. Decades. And then the name started cropping up over here, and we figured she must have found some way to get across, lucked into it. And that she'd been causing problems for the locals ever since. All in all, she stays away from us, we stay away from her. But whenever possible, we try to get information we can. This is the most we've ever gotten in one go. We've never caught anyone of hers or found them. We've heard traces, seen ransacked caravans, been missing a few things here and there from shipments that shouldn't be missing them. But an actual, tangible member of her crew, this is a lot.
Oh.
And are you planning to send him back or keep him for now?
Don't know. The biggest problem that I have come across is the fact that he doesn't know where Elysium is. Because when we ask, when we interrogate, even under a circle of truth, He says it's where they are. It's where they live. It's where they spend their time. But anytime we ask him where it is, nothing. He genuinely doesn't know how to get there. I presume none of them do from the way he talks.
He doesn't know how to get there.
Or where it is. Some kind of magic rewrites his memory.
My first thought was underling. Through word of his higher-ups, never gets to go to the hive, just knows that the queen is there.
He very much lives in Elysium. Talks about it like it's some golden gift from the gods. Couldn't find it, though.
What if it's in the Echo Crowns? Aren't they ever changing and moving? If that was true, you could say they didn't know where it was or how to get there, and he'd be right if it's always moving.
You would. Unfortunately, all of our research has never pointed to the Tide Striker going further north than the deserts. We might be wrong. Obviously, we've only had patchworks to go by, but we've also been to the Echo Crowns many times. Tried to get through it. And if you asked us under Zones of Truth, we would tell you that if you wanted to get someplace in the Echo Crowns, you go through the Echo Crown. This specific I don't know wording is interesting. It's an answer to a question of how you get there and where it is. If it was just one or the other, it would be manageable.
Have you identified him? Or any enchantments, anything that is holding him back? Any ongoing magic?
There's something on him, something that affected him, but even greater restoration hasn't brought it back. Which means it's either incredibly powerful, or it has rewritten him to the point that correcting him is this.
Strange.
There's also some other kind of magic that we've seen on him when we scan him, something that takes high-level detection to notice that it's not from any school of magic we recognize.
Have you... I don't know. William Black. He's a high-level caster. Have you thought about having him try to dispel any magic on him? He's able to cast quite high.
I'm going to ask when he comes back. He's the only 9th level caster here we have.
Right.
When you say it's not a school of magic y'all recognize, have your people perhaps looked into chaistic magic?
Considering I don't know what that word is, I'm going to assume no.
They should tell them to look in that direction.
Okay. I'll let Locked know.
But I'm just so they mentioned on the recording that the Tide Striker Adelaide, that she's tired of playing the role of the sleeping dog. But is it really something that simple? She's just tired of what she's doing? Like, did something happen? Has something changed? Why would she be going after, taking over now, or going on the offensive after all this time?
I don't know.
Changed.
As far as grand powers in the world go, nothing has really changed all that much. Eckert's Lord of Haven right now, but he's been Lord of Haven a dozen times over in the last 15 years. There's disturbances with Nash, Nash has been a problem for nearly a decade. No, I think we all have the unfortunate luck to be in a part of time when bad shit is just about to happen.
Cryo, can I try and roll a history check to see if I remember anyone? Like I'm like thinking back to everything that I've learned about the new world
Mhm.
and like things that have happened recently and events and things like that to see if anything clicks as sort of like a something that could have been some catalyst for like a large scale change.
You can make a history check, yes, but
Cool.
exact results may vary.
Okay.
I guess the results of all rolls may vary.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Technically, there's 20 options, at least.
Okay. Man. There are my dice. Okay. Damn it. So that's a 13, but I'm gonna pump a D10 into that with tactical mind.
Okay.
That's a 7, so a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. To your knowledge, there haven't been any major events that would change the balance of power here in the New World.
Okay.
Off the top of your head, thinking on everything that's happened, the only things that are happening around you are you guys showing up and the city's 15-year anniversary, which is coming up. The only big events in the world.
Okay.
Not changes of leadership. Nash is doing stuff, but presumably Nash has done stuff before.
Do we know? I'm asking Delgado. Do we know if this Adelaide person has any kind of grudge or any connection to any people who were important in the founding of Cloud Breach and the EEC?
As far as we are aware, she's not connected to anyone connected to the commission. She's, well, what we know about the Tide Striker is that almost 50 years ago, she was the most dangerous captain you could encounter on the seas of the old world. If you were beset upon by the Tide Striker, at least half of your crew would be dead by the time you walked away. If you were lucky. She didn't play the role of smuggler. She didn't play the role of thief. She was a murderer. And then she vanished. That's another reason why we didn't believe it when we heard rumor of her here. We thought it was an old ghost story coming back up. Because if it actually was the Tide Striker, how is anyone living to talk about it? And then, as we realized it was more legitimate, we thought maybe it was a copycat, and then we thought maybe she just got old. Decided to retire from the bloodthirsty cutthroat business and be a saboteur and, well, smuggler.
And here across the Stormwall, does her name ring with fear? She's a ghost story, you said.
Quite
Do people
frequently.
know?
Some sailors still tell stories of seeing her ship appear on the horizon, despite vanishing so long ago.
So she causes fear. Right.
All I can.
Do you know what race she is?
He's a tiefling.
Tiefling. Right.
I'm just trying to think what. Because I'm sure there's something. Maybe it's something that we don't know, but all I can think happening recently is, or related to things happening, is maybe either she has some kind of vendetta or some kind of history with the EEC and intends to make whatever history she has known or to ruin the celebration of the 15-year anniversary and make like a big scene there, or maybe the catalyst was someone who came over in the last submarines.
I don't know. I worry. Because there are so many pieces to the puzzle that I don't even get to see. And unfortunately, unless the situation desperately needs it, I stay here in the city. I want to ask you all another time. Feel like you may have avoided completely answering the question when last we spoke. What was down in the deep tunnel that they set up for you to find? Who paid them to leave it there? Why?
We
Pausing
don't
the
know.
game to think.
Yeah, yeah. We don't know who set it up, right?
We don't. But,
We don't.
Like, we don't know who would have hired them or anything like that. But
I feel. Are we lying about this? Because I have crazy deception. Or do we just spill it that we were looking for an artifact? This is above the table. This is between me and UK. Are we lying or are we truthing?
Are you a
Because I don't
liar
know.
or a truther?
Are we a liar or a truther? I'm good at both of those.
I'm bad at all of it. But
Yeah.
I think I will leave it to you to how you want to interpret this because you have a higher skill. But my opinion is mostly truthed.
So we should tell them that we were going down there for Runava, something very near and dear to Runava.
I think unless necessary, we don't have to say who specifically. Just something like looking for an artifact maybe that was important to one of us or that we thought might be there.
Okay. Okay, I think I can spin this. Got it. Okay.
And then everything he says, I'm adding ad libs in, so I'm giving him an advantage. No.
We went down into the tunnel. We don't know who put them up to it. We don't know who they're associated with. We dealt with them down there, and the only reason we went down was we were looking for an artifact, an heirloom that might be important to one of our party members, looking for something down there. There were many down there, but we have as much as you do.
At the end of the day, we were just treasure hunting. We don't know who could have signed these guys off or paid them off or anything like that. We have
They
no
did.
leads.
And he'll reach in and just like grab. Don't be alarmed. They're not lit, and I will not light them. And he pulls out like the sticks of dynamite.
Do you have
Oh, yeah.
explosives in an underwater cavern?
They all had like
And
11 of these on them.
In a bag of holding where they will not set off.
Remind me, I should actually do more double checking before people down here.
There's bottles in here.
Put it back away.
He
Don't
just
pull
pulls out,
anything
like, a
else out of the
bottle.
bag. Leave the bag on your hip. Don't touch the bag.
Does that bottle hold more than 3.5 ounces?
Yeah.
I need you to take your shoes off. I am having people look into the situation. There are those in the First Corps who have specific jobs and duties. You've met one of the best, Tucker, as much as I hate to admit it. I'm having him look into Nash. I have others who are looking into the Tide Striker, and they're willing that some fruit born of it. For the time being, until William Black comes back, and we can investigate this matter more thoroughly, I would ask all of you stay here within the city of Cloudbreach.
That's fine.
Bella's
We have
like
jobs.
sort of has her hand up or is like stretching like this, and then just stops, and her hand just goes and rests on Selig's shoulder. Oh, Sally, I just realized he's telling us all this because that's the bitch who's after us.
Yeah. We're in danger.
I have every reason to believe that yes. The Tide Striker wants you dead, and apparently has an agent in the city that is capable of slipping a sending stone down your chimney.
Oh, do you remember what they sounded like?
I do, yeah.
You don't have magic to recreate it, do you?
No, but she was like, you'll never be safe. You wherever you go.
Stop.
Shit like that.
Stop.
Oh.
He pulls he reaches into like his armor and tunic, and he pulls out a necklace that has a bunch of stones on it, and he takes one and just
Berestein, can you send a lock to the prison? I need their service.
then you just hear, "Oh, yes, sure. They'll be down there momentarily."
Are you gonna have them pull it out of her head?
Yes.
Oh.
Good idea.
Oh, y'all didn't think my impression was on point?
No.
Y'all didn't even hear. You don't even know what she sounds like. How would you know if it's accurate or not?
Because I doubt she sounds both like she's from Shade Step and like she's from Yubua.
You
Oh.
also didn't sound confident.
Okay.
Word of warning, Aloct will be nice, probably not gentle.
Okay. Are we, by the way, are we okay to tell all this to our squad?
Your squad, no one else.
Okay.
Lance obviously is already aware of all of this.
Okay.
Selk just like leans over his shoulder, just no one else. Only our squad. Got it.
Why did you feel the need to repeat that?
And then before you can answer, there's just a hello as Elok appears in this big whoosh of purple and green smoke. I am the Fae of the Tower, come to do magics upon you. Oh, I thought we were torturing someone, Deli. Delgado just
Don't.
Don't. Got it.
If you value getting to leave this place, he points back at the cells. Don't.
Yes, sir.
There were so many layers of funny with don't and Kay's face as Bella just that was so good.
I'm so glad that the two absolute demons of people both call somebody who does not want their name to be just letter Ellie.
And then just, if you could please, Miss Bella here has information that we need to hear. If you could extract it, in full detail. Can you say the magic word? My boss is your pact bearer, and if you don't do this, I'll have her restrain you to 2 rooms in the tower instead of the tower. He's so mean to me. Anyways, Bella, hello, good to see you again. Please, just let this happen. And they just grab the top of your head. Just, okay. Do you want to try and make a wisdom save?
No.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
absolutely not. I have like, well, I have a +2, but like it's not. I don't think it'll save me.
You could succeed with a natural 20.
Check this shit out. Yay! 6.
There's just this rushing sensation in your brain. The feeling of Elox digging through your thoughts is uncomfortable. It is alien and foreign. It is you've had people telepathically communicate with you before or read your thoughts, and it feels like someone else in a room with you that's otherwise normally your own. This feels like someone is breaking through the wall of that room and is just covering every square inch of it in this weird fog across your brain.
Like the Kool-Aid
Like Delgado
man.
said, it's not gentle.
It's like the Kool-Aid man just burst in.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
Kool-Aid everywhere.
And then there is, as quickly as it hits you, it is just done. And Alox is just like, your friends in college were so mean to you.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's okay.
But I'm glad I got good friends now.
Everything's better here.
Okay.
Except for the fact that you have a crazy pirate lord trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Who sounds like
besides-
this? And they hold a hand out, and there is just the exact words spoken again of just, you're home. And you hear the whole thing play out again. Up to and including the the explosion happening. And Delgado gets that, and he's like, what was that? It's like, I assume that was the explosion.
Yeah, it blew up.
Right. Well, that's good to know. Aloct, if you could please put that on a disc. I'm not an artificer. You're head of the Magic Guild. Ugh! And they just explode into smoke. Gone.
So it just like holds out his hand and then
Did it
there's, like,
lock to Ash Baby?
he holds out his hand and there's like a whoomp of smoke in his hand and then it plays back that exact sound. Just minor illusion, just okay. I have it. Just in case we run into someone.
And well, shouldn't you have given them the sending stone that I gave you, Captain? To like see if they can inspect it or do anything with it. I don't know.
Yes. We'll have someone look at it. Of course, sending stones, I mean, I'm not a wizard or an artist, but everyone I've talked to has told me that the best we can hope for is that we get another message and then we can try learn something from it. Maybe we can divine from it. I assume William Black will take it to Telta at some point. She's quite good with that sort of thing.
Telta's the lady at the fortune shop.
Yeah, the oculi. She's a surprisingly accurate future teller.
Oh, well, I guess that means she's a good one.
Good is subject, but accurate.
Fair.
Object.
Well, anything else we should know?
If I find out you told other people about this place, you'll be in this place.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't, obviously.
We're gonna extra measure. Just like taps on his shoulder. Rook was invisible.
Just out. You son of a bitch! I almost made it
not-
this whole way.
Yeah, he just like grabs him and holds him. Do not tell anyone.
Lord Selleck, you're very handsome when you're threatening.
So,
Do
do you?
not tell anyone.
I'm your familiar. I have to listen when you tell me to do things.
And yet,
Shit. Can I
Do
tell
you-
Broth?
no.
God damn it.
Do you think it's safe to talk about it in our home?
In your home, I would do a sweep for any magical bugs. I can send an artificer if you'd like to detect magic, if none of you are capable of that.
No, we are. I think Vane did so already.
We have
Yeah,
lanterns.
and Lance gave us lanterns that can detect magic.
Oh. In that case, your home should be fine.
Okay.
But
Well, thank you for trusting us with this information. And we'll try not to die.
pretty good baseline for your type of work. Come on,
Yeah.
get you back out of the tower.
Okay.
He leans in and he presses on the rock for the dude in there and just...
Are you enjoying the lights? Yeah, I guess it's better than being in the dark. That's unfortunate.
And then turns all the lights off with the same switch and just... Dum, 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 dum. You just hear...
Oh,
You son of a bitch!
but he was liking though.
I don't want him to like this place.
You know, that's a very valid point.
I wanna ask if I can just say something in the mic, but you said we can't.
He said no.
May just just say one quick thing to the prisoner. I'll be very quick.
What are you going to say?
Just one word.
Like,
What one word?
He just like walks over to Delgado, just like says in his ear, just I'm just gonna give him a scare. Just a little boo.
I want you to tell me what word.
I just did. Boo.
You're just going to say boo?
Nothing nefarious. I don't like that guy. And I know he doesn't like me. And in the
Roll a
dark,
persuasion check at disadvantage.
I love that every time we say nothing nefarious is right after we say the most nefarious shit.
Nefarious shit.
the thing I'm saying isn't nefarious, it's just boo. Alright.
No, that's nefarious! He's in prison!
I was booed nefarious. Okay. I had a good roll in the first one, but I'm on disadvantage. Okay. It was a 19 and then a 14 for a total of 22.
Delgado's like, you can say boo. If you say anything else or do anything else, you're getting a demerit.
Right.
oh.
Bella pulling her hair out, just like no.
So he just leans in and just as the does he ever quiet down? Like just like, oh, you son of a bitch.
No, he basically just shouts that and then just like went back to laying on the cot, like ugh.
I swear to God, Crow, if we get another demerit, I'm going in this prison.
Yeah, he just leans in and just presses the button as like he sees him rest and just boo.
True. That's not funny.
It was
Delgado
funny.
literally just
He walks.
It's kind of.
It was pretty funny. Thank you.
All right.
Bella breathing again. You guys are taken back out of the apropos tower, sent on your way in the center entryway back onto the bridges. Delgado returns to his office, and you have this newfound information. Meanwhile,
Write in my book. Opens up his book and writes down a date.
Pulse, you just go home after you buy your cards and get your fortune read, right?
No, I just wanted to study. That's it.
Okay, so yeah, you go.
Get
You just
some
go.
books on wyverns, aiming, and then just study some spells.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
Okay.
How to migrate to Haven.
Spend 3 gold.
Well, easy. You lose them on the way. Someone pickpockets you.
Done.
You are able to get several books on wyverns. There aren't really any books accessible in wyvern training. The owner of the shop, Eileen, tells you that there might be some in the library with the research guild, but you have to check there.
Thank you, madam. Madam?
Yeah, madam. She's a madam. She's like, oh, okay, no problem. Thanks for shopping at Pages by Eileen. Please buy books.
I will be back, of course.
Oh, okay. Head out. Meanwhile, yet again, oh no, he got up.
It's okay. I'm just buying stuff.
Runava and Vane do their walk, and at one point when they're in the corridways, as they're walking through the corridways, you walk past the All House. Susie waves out the door at you, Vane, as she sees you go by.
I was like, again, he's just kind of his own little world. So he sees Susie and he's like,
Runava, as you're down here, it dawns on you where you are, and you're like, light bulb.
This way.
But because Renava's groggy, it's not like a ding, it's like a...
an Edison bulb. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go, Cryo, same hat.
She locked in on this rock she was kicking around.
Real quick. By studying spells, I meant like going to like William Black's spell book.
His spell
William
book?
Black's not here.
Cause he leaves a spell book though for everyone to like look at, right?
No. He said you could look at his spellbook another time, but he has it. He has his with him, and the one he summons, you don't know where he keeps it when he doesn't summon it.
In his ass.
Go find it.
Gotcha, and I would know he's not here.
Between
Yeah.
the cheeks.
All right. Keep on.
Double cheeked up just to hide my spellbooks.
Bane has been like both keeping pace with Runava and like basically that one animation to where the character is always falling behind or getting ahead of somebody else. And Runava's like this way, and Bane's like, ha. Oh.
So,
Okay.
I am going to. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Darrow's refinements.
Yeah, that one.
You head to Astera's refinements. Vane, you haven't been in here before. It's your first time. It's this big, like, 3-story building, really extravagant front.
It's a clothing shop, isn't it?
It's a clothing shop. It's called Astera's Refinements, and it's got a bunch of clothes in the windows. Yeah. You come up, and you open the door, and immediately there's just like a unsurprisingly, since it's your second time here, Runava, there is a greeting, but Vane, you are startled as immediately from multiple directions, just a bunch of people just, welcome to Astera's Refinement, and like all at the same time, loud and boisterous. You kind of glance around like, oh, there's like 5 ladies working in here right now, several of them on like upper floors, but there's 3 down here on the first floor, 1 near the front, who like immediately turn to both of you and just like, hi, I'm Cassie, is there anything I can get for you?
Hello. I was wanting to purchase a Bracers of Defense, I believe it's called.
Oh, yes, of course. We have some of those in stock. Do you have any particular style preferences?
One's more elvish in nature, I suppose.
Elvish in nature. Okay, if you want to come with me real quick, I can color match for you.
Sure.
Okay. Sir, do you have anything that you're interested in?
Crow, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you right now. I probably need those bracers too. I just realized that Vane's had a shield since the beginning of the campaign.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. So, you also say bracers of defense, and she's like, oh my gosh, 2 for the price of 1. Not actually, though. You both will have to pay full price. Come on, back here.
Vane has a moment of full.
Wait, you do have a shield or you don't have a shield?
I have a shield. I've had a shield. I forgot that Vane.
You can't use it.
You can't
If you
use
have the
bracers of
bracers.
defense and shield at the same
I
time.
know. I'm trying to get rid of it to swap for the
okay,
bracers.
okay.
Do
Just
you
making
wear
sure you
armor?
know.
Yeah, I do.
Then you can't use them.
All right, you know what? I don't say that then. We're just gonna
It's
say
no shield, no armor.
Yeah.
You could. I was gonna say you could get a cloak of protection, but
Yeah.
I need to go to the doctor.
Doc, get this shit off of me.
No, Doc, put it in mine.
God.
That's a different kind of doctor.
Swear the second cloak of the I'm telling you, Poncho, baby.
No, Bane is a whore, and I will objectify him.
Okay, so Runava, you are brought towards the back of the store, and you're just left to sit on a little bench while they grab the bracers of defense from this little like cabinet in the back for the magic items. Vane, you're kind of awkwardly standing nearby. It's like when a friend, it's when you're out with a friend and they drag you into a shop you have no urge to be in and you don't want to buy anything, so you're just like, well,
He's just kind of like teetering from his heels to the balls of his feet. He's just like, huh? Knowing damn well he's like, don't, I can't change clothes here.
Runava, you are brought back out some bracers of defense, and you were given some options in multiple colors that you can choose what fits best for you, because you can design your character how you please. So you are eventually set all up, as one would hope. And it is, she gets it all set, and she's like, all right. Now, 250 gold.
I was told it was 200 on my first day of being here.
On your day? Oh, we do normally say like on the first days. Do you know who was working here the first day?
Me looking through my notes.
It was Matilda, Ray, and Lonnie.
Oh, fuck!
I believe their names were Matilda, Ray, and Lonnie.
Is here and Matilda. You can tell that there's a look on her face if she's like, oh, do I want to stick to my guns on this, or am I just gonna cave? And she's like, 200 it is!
200 gold for a brace of defense is insane. Let's fucking go.
She just,
That's a rare magic item. I'm getting some too. Fuck my armor. No, it would be bad.
Runava, you are set up with bracers of defense.
Yippee!
And she's
I went through a whole side quest to get those in campaign 1.
Yeah, she's like, please don't tell anybody that these were for 200, because 250 is already very cheap.
My lips are sealed.
Hmm?
Lips are sealed.
Fantastic. And you? Perfect. All right. Thank you both so much. If there's anything else we can ever get you, any new style choices you want to go with, you can tell she's slightly throwing shade at your depression fit. She's like, if you're ever looking for a new look, you can always start looking at Astera's refinement.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course. And then as you guys all go to leave, just again, the chorus from all of the people, just have a lovely day.
Before I leave, I stop at the door and I turn. Don't get those three into any trouble on my behalf, please.
Oh no, I don't intend to. I was just wondering who I internally had to have feelings about.
Right. Good day. I'll turn and leave.
Head out.
No,
As you guys both head out, you immediately bump into someone you've seen before, Astera Darling, as he's on his way in. Just boom. Oh! Bonjour. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. I see you're shopping here.
Yes. Just need
Tell
to-
me, did you find everything?
We did.
Fantastic. Monsieur, that look fabulous.
Thanks, mate.
You are fabulous. You're both Stormridden, aren't you? You're the ones who worked with Cersei recently.
That's us.
Oh. Astera, darling.
Bane.
Pleasure to meet you. And you, madam.
Renata.
A pleasure.
Indeed.
Now, I apologize for bumping into you in such a rude manner. If, of course, you're ever looking for work, the refinement always does deliveries. I know it's a little below you, Stormridden, typically, but it's a good way to get around the city, get to know people, bump elbows with some of the more refined.
Ah, I get it.
It's good, right?
That's a good one.
All right. Between you and I, you went to the Haven job, didn't you?
Between you and I think that's confidential.
Oh, how's Eckert? Is he good?
Confidential.
Oh, that devil. All right, well, he pats you on either shoulder. Just both of you have a lovely day. I will see you some other time. And he heads in. And as he heads in, he opens the door. And in a way that feels almost like it's mimicking Eckert's introductions, he just, hello, ladies! And just, hello, Mr. Darling. Like they all say back, and then the door closes behind him.
I am terrible at dealing with people like that.
That's a little familiar for my liking. Ray, can you do me a favor and roll perception? Actually, what's your passive?
My passive perception, 14.
Yeah. Okay, roll. Can you roll for me real quick?
You know, why is Cryo here? You know,
Y'all DM yourselves. Y'all DM yourselves. Go nuts.
15.
That was actually the number I had in my head. You do notice Vane's cloak sort of untuck from himself in the way that it seems like he was holding it a lot closer to the rest of his body than he normally does, to where it's kind of free flowing, because he realized that he was in a clothing shop where they would usually poke and prod you.
Tense, are we?
Wouldn't you be?
People don't touch me, unless I wish it so. So there's something called consent.
Huh.
As you guys get ready to head back home, Zervi pops out of your little collared head, and out of his mouth he spits on the ground in front of you, the rock you were kicking earlier.
Oh, that's fucking nasty, mate.
He just
When'd you get that?
eh.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Zevi.
I go back to kicking it. This is the rock that I'm gonna make round.
Fair enough.
Well, don't worry, Zervi spit shined it for you.
Hell
hey,
yeah, you
you're
did.
a long-lived species. As long as you keep active for another 100 years,
You got time,
you might get a
baby.
perfectly round run.
Yo, once this one's done, go to another one. Hall of
Yep.
Cloud Breach will be smooth by the time you're
As
done.
as she's
All of
kicking
our
it down,
full lawn will be smooth, maybe.
as she's kicking it down, Bane has a moment of like. So by Lonnie, did you mean our Lonnie?
I mean, I didn't see Lonnie when we first came here, but I would assume it's the same one.
To be fair, we didn't see Lonnie when Selleck met her either.
Etalon did confirm to you specifically, Runava, that it was her that first day.
Oh.
You said she met you, or she saw you that day.
Then, no, it was her. Same
Huh.
one.
I guess it is true what they say. You meet everyone twice.
Do they say that? Is that a saying you have in common?
People of significance. They say you meet the important people in your life twice. Once when you didn't realize it, and then once when you did.
Yeah.
I've heard of the world is small, but that's a new one.
A weird way of basically saying that you can miss if you're not keeping an eye out.
Suppose that's fair. We go home, I assume,
Yeah.
because
Perfect. You all arrive at home.
Yippee!
Ritz, Ritz is there,
I'm
actively
reading.
going through books.
I was gonna say real quick, as me and Selleck were going home, there was. I'm assuming you mean me and Selleck as well, because you say you all. Yeah, and so there's just a moment as we're walking back, where like, as like it's closer to when we're leaving the Apropos Tower, and it's like, we just got a whole lot of information dropped on us, and also confirmation that we're in a lot of danger. And so I imagine Selleck, you especially, would be someone who would be like looking out for signs of fear and stuff like that. Bella has a reaction that you don't really expect. Whereas they're walking, like there's a couple of times where you notice her, like she's smiling like she usually does, and she almost starts giggling. Like at a couple of moments.
That's new.
Sorry?
Why are you laughing? Nothing funny has happened.
Oh, no, you're right. I'm just excited.
To go home?
Oh no, I mean we just, I mean, there's a lot of ways that you can look at our situation after everything we just learned, and there's a lot of things you can infer from what all this might mean. But I came over here to this side of the Stormwall because I wanted to, see a new world and make a name for myself, and in some kind of way. I think there's a pretty good chance I'm gonna take down the Tide Striker.
By the way that you handle certain situations, you're very safe. This is uncharacteristically. What's the word for it? It's confusing. I really didn't take you for someone who wanted to make a name for themselves.
What's one of the first things I told you when we first met? That's why I came over here.
Right. It just.
I'm gonna do it in a safe way, and
Yeah.
make sure that I and all my friends make it out alive.
Make a name for myself tends to be such a passive thing. It seems like you almost activated.
I want to be famous, not infamous. Trust me.
Aren't you already famous?
No, I don't mean it like that. I mean, like,
The,
my family is
sh-
famous, but I'm not.
our leader knew you by name the first day.
Because of my family. I haven't done anything significant. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Famous is the wrong word. I don't want to be famous.
Renown?
I want people to be able to see me walking down the street and feel like they're safe.
Your
You
last
know?
name's Drenus, right?
Yeah.
You want people to look at you and say, there's Bella, not there's one of the Drenuses.
Yeah,
I understand.
pretty much.
I was confused. But this. If you're excited about it, you're excited about it. I'm glad. I don't think everyone will take it the same way.
Oh,
I'm glad
probably
you're
not.
I'm glad you're still finding a way to smile through it.
Thank you. And trust me, I'll reel it back for when we break the news to everyone. I won't
Yeah,
be.
don't be in the
you know.
back laughing.
Yeah, of course.
That will just make you seem crazy.
And then we all arrive home. Ritz is doing something, I guess.
You're all
What was he
home.
saying?
Ritz is reading. Weirdly enough, Selik and Bella, you get home, and Runava and Vane aren't there. And then, like, 2 minutes later, they get home, like, behind you.
Oh, welcome back, you two.
What's up?
Where'd you been off to?
Crime.
Oh,
Ah.
see the
Not much
embracers?
crime. Yes,
Great.
I kicked the
Weird
rock
news.
inside.
Oh, I pick it up and throw it outside.
Zervi goes after it.
Yeah, I was just
Zervi, like,
saying.
falls
Oh,
after
what?
it. Like, he jumped for it and was like,
That was his favorite rock, Bella, and now
He has a favorite rock? Since when?
Yeah, we really bonded with that rock.
since he was an animal.
What are we talking about?
We have news
comes in with the rock.
for all of you. So I
Oh.
suggest you sit down.
Oh yeah, we have.
Oh God, are you
Oh,
getting a
shit.
divorce?
What?
You say, are you getting a divorce? And Zervi drops the rock and goes, like, open jaw, like,
Who's getting a divorce?
I don't know.
Yes, we're getting a divorce.
Ah, fuck!
Sit
This
down.
family's gonna fall apart.
Yeah.
The divorce is your
I
fault,
just-
Vane.
I
Sit
just
on the
couldn't
couch.
stand between you two anymore. Anyways,
Sit
Hi,
on the
Ritz.
couch.
Hello.
I see you reading. Could you put the book down for a sec? We got some important stuff to talk about.
Can I multitask?
I really think you should focus on this
So-
one thing.
Focus
Can you
on
put
the
the book down so we
divorce.
can tell you things? Is there a way I can not do the thing you asked me to do? Okay.
I think you really want to pay attention to what I'm about to say.
Aggressive.
So, y'all I really quickly go and like take one. I like reach for one of the lanterns. Like if there's one like on a table, like turn it on and just like scan the room.
there's nothing in the room.
Turn the lantern off. So, we are all in grave danger. And
No, the
imminent
bomb in the
danger.
house didn't give that away.
No, well, so we talked with Captain Delgado, and he took us into a secret underground bunker underneath the Apropos Tower, where they keep the high-level prisoners of Cloud Breach. And it turns out that they got zone of truth information out of the guy that we brought. That one, Elysium is real. Two, the Touch Tracker is real. And three, she when she has everything she needs, she's gonna take down like everything, I guess, something like that.
Question.
Yeah.
The fuck is Elysium?
So Elysium, oh God, who told us about that? It was Lance. Right? No.
Yeah, Lance mentioned the legends of the city of Elysium, and then nearly also talked about it with Vane. You don't know that.
I was
you just
saying,
know that Lance.
Cryo,
Like,
I'm doing this fancy thing called lying.
no, I know. I'm saying
Yeah.
above the table. This is where you've heard it before.
Remember, Mr. Rattler told us about it. He said he was
Rattler.
exiled from Elysium. And then Lance told us it's a place. It's a rumored place that's like north of the crags of the continent, and that it's like, I don't know. It's like heaven, I guess. A paradise for the Tide Strikers people.
Okay.
Apparently it's real. And also she's real. She was a pirate on the other side of the Stormwall who was like a legend because she was a murderer who killed like everyone. She, like, if you encountered her, she just killed everyone on your ship and everything you cared about. And then she disappeared, apparently to this side of the Stormwall, and has sort of been laying it low for 50 some odd years, and now she is up and at 'em again. And we're on her shit list because those people in the tunnels were part of her crew and part of her people, and apparently they were hired, as I like look towards Renava as I say it, hired by someone to look over that thing and, you know, not let anyone near it.
Did you tell Delgado that, like, why we were down there?
We said we didn't mention you by name or anything specific, just that we were looking for treasure. We were just
Heirloom
exploring.
artifact, something that would
So,
mean something
yeah.
to one of them. We didn't say your name, but we did mention that someone in this party was looking for it.
Yeah.
Right.
And also, the guy, the prisoner doesn't know where Elysium is, but he knows that it's real. And also, he has some really high level enchantments on him and stuff like that. But yeah.
And don't tell anyone any of
Oh yeah.
this.
If you tell anyone, you're going to prison.
Yeah. Anyone. And
I
looking
look
at
at
all of the
Lurvy.
looking at all the familiars.
Who?
Is Broth here?
You.
Don't even be asking questions, Broth.
Who?
Keep it zipped.
You.
Who?
Absolutely
Ritz, make sure
no
Broth
one.
doesn't tell anyone.
I trust him.
I don't.
Okay, but like, make sure he doesn't, like, tell him. Don't tell anyone.
Ritz, don't tell anyone.
Like okay, yeah, Ritz. Also, you don't tell anyone, please. No one
Broth,
tell
don't
anyone.
tell anyone.
Continue your conversation.
So we are now have been instructed by Captain Delgado to stay in the city of Cloud Breach until Mr. Black can come back and do some magic on the prisoner guy again, and sort of see if he can get anything else out of him or see if anything like that. So yeah, we're here.
You said there were magical enchantment. Obviously. But I still have to ask. Greater restoration, all
They
that stuff.
tried, nothing works. Oh! They did mention that that the enchantments or whatever's on them is a kind of magic that's not in any of the schools that they know, and I told them to look into Chaistic. So maybe it could be. Maybe they could find something there.
Delgado didn't know anything about it.
He didn't know what it was, but I'm sure they have books somewhere.
What? Right. So that was one thing I didn't want to happen.
What's up?
There are laws with Chaistic
What are the laws?
Granted, not that you guys knew. Chiastic is specifically a school of magic that targets humanoids.
Yeah.
Less people who know it, the better. Thus, wizards who knew the school of magic of Chiastic were... It was very strict. There were certain magics within it that would only be able to be done under certain regulations. That's why not a lot of... It's not a widespread kind of... It was known, but not learned, mostly.
So, Rune, this is the kind of stuff that would be helpful for you to tell me when I ask you questions about your freaky magic.
It's not freaky, first of all. Second of all...
He bled from his eyes.
Well, it's... As I said, it targets people's ki, their energy themselves. I mean, you'll know how powerful spells like Wish and Meteor Swarm are, correct? The Chiastic version of that is more than just taking control of that person. It is becoming them. As in, you relinquish your own body and take over their souls. And eventually their soul erodes and you have taken over that body. Thus, laws needed to be in place. I didn't particularly want Chiastic to be known to somebody with power, as long, or at least somebody not entirely trusted.
Who do you not entirely trust?
I mean, I've never probably spoken to Delgado.
Well, he's a stand-up guy.
Well, people could
You
be...
really should go talk to him.
People could be good workers or leaders, but they could be a terrible person.
I mean, I guess, but that's not who he is.
How do you know?
Ronaldo's right. In that way, she's valid for not trusting Delgado, someone she's barely met, had barely any run into, and trusting them with one of the most important secrets that she has. I can see why she wouldn't want to. Though, if no one knows about it, then it might just turn up blank, and they'll forget it. It was no offense to you, Bella, no offense at all. It was given by someone who's not acquainted with magic, and it might have just been, I heard it somewhere, or I read it, or I'm misremembering. There's a lot of ifs, and he didn't seem too intrigued. But we know now. Apologies we let that slip.
It's alright. He'll likely go through William Black, and he knows of Chiastic. So I've already expressed my... well, that type of thinking to him, but I should have done so with you all.
Right. We know now. And this doesn't go to anyone. I'm looking at you, Broth.
Who?
Yet again, one more thing we're not telling anyone. Ritz.
I don't know why you keep looking at me for this. He is fine.
Right.
Also, I agree, though. I would prefer any secrets not be told to our big boss man. Especially one that has, like, underwater cavern with prisons and big submarine. Did you tell us that?
Yeah.
Okay. I just...
No, just
Feels
because they're
shady.
well trusted doesn't mean they're trustworthy.
So, what is to be done with this Tide Striker? What does
We're not
Delgado want us
leaving.
to do?
Nothing.
Yeah, we're not allowed to leave for a while. We have to stay in the city. They're gonna investigate a bit more, try to find more. But for right now, it's pretty obvious that they're suspecting us to be a target. They want to keep us safe.
So they want us to be sitting ducks?
No,
They know where we live.
Bait.
we can still move around, but relatively, yes. They know where we live. I assume they're probably going to have some measures, especially since they slipped a sending stone into our chimney. Keep us watched. And for that reason, we should also be careful. I don't think anyone here is doing anything, I don't know, illegal, shady, but just know, moving forward, we're always being watched. Whether it be by our allies or our enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you
If
upset?
it turns out that the enemies, the Tide Striker and her gang are using chaistic energy and chaistic magic against us and for their own benefits, you still planning on keeping tight-lipped about it? I look to Renata.
Well, at that point, there's no choice beyond it. I mean, a group of people who... Chaistic isn't meant to be used for that kind of thing. That's why there are laws against it. Or about it.
But if it turns out that they are using it for that purpose, do you still plan on keeping it a secret as much as you can from those above us?
I mean, at that point, it's inevitable, is it not? Like... What is that one weapon? I have seen it around, but I don't know its name. The one that... shoots?
Gun.
Gun?
Yes. View chaistic as such. At that
Last I
point,
checked, the
it's-
gun doesn't steal your soul. Or I guess your body.
Semantics. But
it still
continue.
kills.
Right. Well,
Fun. Good times.
as for that, we cannot leave, but I'm sure we can find work while the time is ticking down. But I would prefer or would like to elect to set a new rule while we live here, while we're under watch. And that's to always go out with a buddy. There are...
But there's 5 of us.
Right. So there's always someone back, or there's a group of 3.
I can make anybody my buddy.
Sure you can.
No, I mean magically. I mean, if someone tries to stab me, I just share.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, like a physical person walk with you.
Roger.
Do I count?
You're with me.
Yeah, but do I count?
No.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
I'm
mean,
not-
Selig.
I'm not people then, I guess.
Look, I'll hang out with
No.
you.
I'm just severely
you.
without my abilities without you, because I have a very powerful imp to help me. And I'll be without them.
A devilishly
Familiars.
powerful imp.
Because you come with me everywhere.
Yeah.
But are we okay with that? Because where we go, we at least have one person with us in case something goes wrong, in case we were targeted. We should really not. It sucks, but we should really try to not be alone.
Works for me.
Sure.
Just for the time being.
Vane,
Don't need
Ronaldo?
another random explosion.
Fine.
Yeah.
Good. Obviously, we're not going to be sleeping in the same rooms together, but just try
Besides
not
you
to be
two.
alone. Right.
And if anyone ever, if there's ever anything happening in your room and you need help, just stomp real hard. I'll hear you down here.
Oh, one more thing.
Eh.
She sounds like
When you're
this.
upstairs.
Minor illusion.
The recording
Yeah.
plays.
Just she sounds like this, so keep an ear out. It doesn't give us much, but it gives us something. And she's a tiefling.
Well, now that cheery subject is on the table,
I'm going upstairs.
I need a
Okay.
drink.
Ooh.
Open.
okay.
I'm gonna be upstairs in my chambers for a moment. Then I'm locking you out for this time.
Like I said, drink. I'm out.
Will someone go with Vane, please?
Take Zervi.
So
Ah.
doesn't count.
Ah.
I'll go.
Oh,
Just be safe.
Yeah.
Keep an eye.
Three of you stay home while Vane and Bella head to Nearly's, I assume. Okay.
But I know.
We should buy, if you want it, like you should buy alcohol so that you can drink without having to go somewhere.
Vane just walking with his hands in his pockets. He's like, yeah, no, I plan to buy whatever's on near the shelf today.
Oh, right. Cryo
Yeah.
is, or we're messaging you. Is this on the way?
It's a little past it.
Okay. Never mind then.
If you were to look at the updated map, Nearly's is to the right of 2, and that is to the left.
God, where is it? There it is. Okay. Okay. Oh. Vane, do you think we could, or sorry, to keep you away from your vices for a little bit, if we could just go a little bit further down the street so that I could, stop by Teltus for a sec?
Yeah, I ain't an alcoholic. I just learned a lot of information. Kind of just need a drink.
No, I get you. I just, I don't think you're an alcoholic. I was just trying to, bring it in.
I mean, you called it my
Organically.
vices, but like I have a drink when we go out.
Oh.
Like,
I don't
Vane's being
count.
real pedantic.
I don't count.
You guys go to the Oculi. Not a place I expected one of you to go today, let alone 3. But you walk into the Oculi.
I didn't mean to go here.
I know.
three.
I'm a
Incense
hostage.
hits all of you. Bella, especially you being taller with it all rising, you walk in and you're like, hello. Oh, your squad mate was here earlier. Oh, I guess he
shit.
told you to come on by.
No.
Just
Oh.
kind of felt like it.
I've revealed secrets. Oh no. Welcome to the Oculi.
Now I'm gonna pretend like I'm psychic.
Oh. But you don't know which one. Who was it?
My lips are sealed. I would never reveal any client information ever.
It was Ritz, because she said he, and I was with Selleck the rest of the day.
Well, there's the process of elimination at work.
I
What can I do for you?
have no idea. I was asked to come with her.
I'd just like to see if I could have an appointment with Miss Delta.
Oh. Give me one moment. Let me check if she's available. And she walks back through the curtain. Just, again, very similar to when Delgado left you. There's like 30 seconds of awkward silence.
Jesus. A little hard to breathe sometimes.
Lavender.
And then
I
just
guess.
the beads part as she comes back and just... She is willing to see you, so long as you're willing to pay for the reading.
Sure, how much is it?
It's 1 gold.
Alright. I'll give a gold.
Perfect, thank you. And she puts it away. And then she's like, feel free. Of course, we do ask that you stay out here in the lobby.
I will be so behaved.
Would you like water?
Yeah.
Okay. Bella, you go back, and as you come in, there's Telta. She looks a little less put together than when you last saw her. Not like rough, but like she seems a little like tired, like fatigued. As you come in and just, oh, hello. Prashana Bella Drenus.
Oh, that's me.
It's a lovely name.
Thank you.
What can I do for you?
So I sit down across from her. How have you been, first off?
My last few readings have been surprising. It wears on the soul to gaze into futures and possibilities that are darker.
That's makes sense. Do you like live here?
No, I have a house.
Oh, I wonder what that's like.
Having a house?
No, I wonder what your house would be like specifically. It seems like it'd be really well decorated.
It is. There's a lot of purple. I don't light incense at home. I get enough of it here at work.
That's probably really healthy for you. Was this your choice, or is it? Does it help with the whole thing, or is it purely aesthetic?
It helps. A lot of spells require incense, and there is a certain dramatic je ne sais quoi to not having to pull it out and light it to trigger effects.
That's good.
I'm a showman at heart.
Fair.
I'm a showman at heart. And you have to be more French.
Here, I thought you were about to say that Telta was like faking her accent, like it was a feigned accent, and she's just like, "Fuck, I don't have it in me right now, man."
I ain't got time to be from Shadestep right now.
She's like, right, well, I've just been thinking about a lot of things recently, and I think I remember I came to you before, and you told me a lot of things, and some of them kind of made sense, and some of them didn't. But I guess I just me and not to not that I think it matters, but I don't want to give out too much information, but me and my friends are in a bit of trouble, and I just I guess I've come for a general reading, but more than that, if I could give a request of specifically what I'm searching for in my soul, if I'm if I'll be able to, protect the people I care about.
Oh, darling, that is so sweet. Normally, for such a request, I would do a mirror reading, but I have to replace the mirror due to an unfortunate breakage.
Oh, did you drop it?
Yes.
That's unfortunate.
Never expect. As far as a reading goes, though, if you mind a little less flair for the dramatic, I can still do that.
No worries. You do whatever you need to. I'll be impressed either way.
Have a seat.
I'm already sitting, but
Oh yeah, you did say you sat down. So just close your eye. Breathe it in. Don't cough it out. Don't cough it out. Let it out slowly. I have seen dangerous things in your future. Shadow that overhangs across all of you. Beacon beckoning you to things more dangerous than most of the things I've ever seen before. If you want to protect the people you love, that you care about, first thing you have to do is realize that sometimes protecting people is outside of your control. Sometimes it's about choosing to defend what you can, not what you want. But don't worry. You have a strong heart and an even stronger body. Anyone is going to protect your squad. It will certainly be the wall. Maybe that's what the card means. Who knows? Certainly not me. You can open your eyes. Telta is like drinking out of another like teacup, and there's a whole tea set on the table that wasn't there when you closed your eyes.
so no.
No.
You said sometimes I'll be able to. I need to focus on protecting what I can, not necessarily what I want to. So, does that mean the answer is no?
The answer is not as simple as a yes or no. Rarely is it as simple as a yes or a no. If you want a yes or no answer, you can go ask any fortune teller on the street. I give advice, pathways, options. I see immediately that my words weigh heavy upon your heart. You're young. You're naive, some would say. Despite your insistence otherwise, I'm sure.
Are you capable of giving yes or no answers?
Yes, because everyone is capable of lying. Anyone who gives you a yes or no answer is hiding their soul from you. And here I am laid bare for you, Bella.
Right. Well then, talk to me truthfully. I reach into my bag. I pull out a platinum piece and put it on the table. Can I trust Cassian and Delgado?
Apparently, I'm not the only one who knows about liars. Don't worry. She takes the platinum piece
and like flips it through her fingers one way and then back, and then she goes to do it the other way and it's gone. And she's
Castellan Delgado is one of the most honest men I've ever met. He's a paragon, truly. The fact that he ascended to his position is purely because he deserved every ounce of it. And he's this way because of such great grief and strife he has borne through life. So do not worry. You can absolutely trust Delgado. You can trust him, and you can trust his brother, both. They're both very honest men. Castanen and Nash. It was a lovely reading, Bella. I hope to see you again in the future, hopefully when your future's a bit less murky and a fair bit brighter.
Yeah. Stand. I'll be sure to come back.
I know you will. I've seen it.
It's funny. All right. I'll walk out.
You head out. Vane is still waiting for you in the lobby.
Get what you came for.
I think I got no, but I got something else. So, and right now at the place where I'm at, I don't really know how much it's worth, but maybe one day it'll prove I've got my money's worth.
God, don't turn into Runava. I need somebody to speak at base level. And Vane slaps the arm of his chair and stands up.
To put it simply, no, but she told me something else, and it's interesting, but I don't know if I should tell anyone.
Fine by me. You're my drinking buddy tonight.
All right. Just one drink, right?
That depends if you tell me what you know or not.
You guys head to Nearly's real quick. And we'll have one last conversation here.
Yeah.
Or another thing's gonna happen. Bella, you get set at a table. Your guys' normal booth is taken because this is earlier in the day than you guys have normally come to Nearly's.
Throw them
Vane,
out
you-
of the booth. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. Vane, you come up to the table.
Yep.
Or to the bar as Nearly's there. Just,
Nearly! Keg's tapped you already?
No, keg's not tapped.
Great. Well, I'm gonna tap it for you.
Oh god.
Because it's been a very long day.
Okay.
So, what's the strongest thing you got right now? And then, oh god, whatever you got, double it. I need an extra glass.
Good god.
he just kind of like turns down. And he's like,
All right. Double.
Double it and give it to the next person.
Yeah.
he pours two things. He pours two drink glasses and puts them up on the table. And then he just leans in a little bit and just,
What are you feeling? Chicken or steak?
Whatever's easiest on the stomach. I feel like I'm gonna puke.
Something light then.
That'd be nice.
Of course. Here, Coming back real quick. I got something fresh today.
Gotcha.
Go around the corner of the bar. As you like go to this little back room that he just steps briefly into, he's just like, okay, so what fuck is happening with you then?
Vane goes, you know what you told me not to get tied up with?
Fuck.
It found me.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Found you as in you're doing work for her.
As in a bomb chimney.
Bomb chimney. Okay, that's new. That's never happened before.
She's got eyes on the squad.
I haven't talked to this bitch in months. I don't know what her fucking shit is. I mean, I've never talked to this bitch, but I haven't dealt with them in months.
Yeah, bad news is also whoever we crushed in
Also,
jail.
Brutum was the one who normally talked to them, and he has recently been filleted.
Also, you know, whoever we ran into when we were down in the tunnels, that's one of her crew.
Oh, the motherfuckers you killed?
One's a prisoner.
Oh. That's probably not good. None of her crew's ever been killed around this part, as far as I'm aware. She probably took that personally. Yeah, she probably took that hella person.
And there's one held under the city right now.
Well, as far as your house goes, I can make sure there's an eye on that, so you'll be plenty safe. As far as she's got someone in the city?
She's got something in the city. She wouldn't have been able to get to our house otherwise. And currently, the only person we know is in the city is in prison.
You live in that last house on the end with the blown out back room, right?
That's the one.
When was that drop down your chimney?
Yesterday. It was...
This morning.
This morning.
This morning. Okay. I'm gonna do you something great here. We could nearly call it a favor. I'm funny. You're gonna give me 5 gold.
Yep.
Come on. I gotta make a living.
Could you at least make it look a little bit more like I'm paying you for food?
We're in a back room right now. It's you, me, and the bottles.
That's true.
But to Bella outside, like, man, where the hell's my food?
And Vane goes, okay, but then I'm gonna need one of those bottles on my way out.
6 gold. You pay him, and he just
demolish the bar peanuts.
I'll give you the nearly guarantee. I'll give you the crowning guarantee. Whoever put that down your chimney, I'll have their head in the next 48 hours. You want it still attached to ask some questions, or shall we give you a severance fee?
We've already pissed her off enough. I think it's best that we just let the ocean get to know them best.
Perfect. All right. I don't care how scary that bitch is. It's my city. Okay. Go have a drink.
Vane walks out with the bottle and he's like, he turns to Bella. Vane has not dropped composure the entire time. He walks out and he's like,
oh, did you have to like dig around for that? Like,
nearly gave us pick of the lot.
oh, why? Why?
Yeah,
not?
like I said. And he like rolls up to the bar and sets it down. He goes, benefits of being a regular.
He paid me.
We're
I
not
did
that
pay
right.
him.
Yeah, okay.
He
But at
paid
least
me.
you let me
regular.
choose.
That's fair. Thank you, Mr.
Oh.
Nearly.
Yeah, no problem. Also, you're definitely regulars. You come in here, like, frequently.
I mean, but like, you know, there's people who've been here longer than us, so that.
Yeah, they're also regulars.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate that attitude. Thank you, Mr. Nearly.
Perfect. There are some people who've been here longer than you who I would kick you out of that booth for, but we don't gotta worry about that.
Slowly, we'll build our reputation.
Okay.
I'm just gonna assume that Vane either like scraped up some glasses on his way out or something because he walked out with a bottle but no way to drink it.
Oh, you're at a bar. He gets you glasses.
Yeah, and he pours it. What is it?
Oh, it is this very, very nice wine.
Fuck yeah.
You guys have some food and some drinks. And this is the point where we are going to begin a bit of a montage.
Let's go.
Throughout the next couple of days. And Crow, I see a look on your face. And trust me, bear with me.
There's a bear with you?
Trust me, the bear's with me. He wouldn't let me lie.
Bear with me. It's the bear from the Kilby farm that just waves. Just waves. You guys spend the next several days laying low. You do a couple of jobs, some guard work, some real basic stuff, so you can all add 20 gold. If any of you want to copy spells and you have the gold for it, you can. You have the time. And Selleck, you try the trick that you DM me about a couple of times. Trying to reach out and communicate. And it doesn't work at first. And then, on the third day, when Vane is itching about going to Nearly's for some reason that we above the table know, the rest of you just assume it's a coping mechanism. Selleck, you, staying home, sit down, light a candle, and wait almost dejectedly for the room starts to stretch. Dark creeping in from every single corner until it's just you and the candle. Whoever's sitting across it can't see the features of their face. See the silhouette as you are met with a Zellic. Good to hear you.
Hello. It's been a bit.
It has. I'd have answered your call sooner, but there were some forces that were a bit temperamental that I'd rather avoid. Had to let things calm down a bit.
Am I granted the ability to ask?
Hmm?
Am I allowed to ask?
Oh, it's far better if you find out on your own. It'll be enlightening.
Right. Well, if you know, or if you think it would assist us to be finding out, I don't know how confident I am in my next question.
Ooh. Uncertainty.
There is a captain, a pirate, a name Adelaide. And I checked, and there's even ghost stories, there's hallucinations. It is a name that strikes fear. And those who are allies to her and those who are not. I requested this audience and hope to enlighten myself on something more.
You're asking me for knowledge.
I cannot go out and continue getting targets while we were under watch.
Do you think
what?
you're my only warlock, Selik?
No, I don't believe so. But it would assist me, and by turn, assist you.
But you see, I have something of a conflict of interest in the knowledge I would give you. You see, the fear that the Tide Striker spreads is not unknown to me. She's not one of mine. There is certainly one in her ranks who bears a mark like mine. Like yours. So I can't grant you knowledge. No wisdom or power in this fight. After all, that would be picking favorites, and I would never do that between two of my warlocks.
They have you on their side.
They don't have me on their side any more than you do. Any more than anyone does. After all, fear picks no sides but the coward.
Right. Well, I will do my best moving forward, but it is definitely halting my progression.
You know what I can tell you, Selik?
What is that?
The enemies you fear are closer than you think. They lurk around corners, watching, listening, and a dark force rests in this very city.
I had my assumptions. I had my doubts. I had my theories. And this has not quenched any of them. But it has only made them more prominent. And I know that my suspicions were not a waste of time. Thank
I'm
you.
glad to have set your heart at ease and made you a bit more comfortable.
Comfort?
Yeah. I've never given you anything but comfort, have I, Selik?
You know there is no room for comfort. You know what we do. There is nothing comfortable.
Oh. Pretending is nice, though, isn't it? Makes you feel almost like you still have a soul.
I don't know what I have. But I do
A
have this.
job to do.
I've been recording only recently. He pulls out his book. I've been recording recently my targets as they begin to ramp up. I feel as though I may lose count. With this tome, I will be keeping all of them.
Despite the fact that you are ostensibly 50 plus feet away from this figure, the hand reaches out and takes the book from you as if it was right in front of you and has the book, kind of flips through the pages briefly, and then just, and what bubbles you have? And it has your rod, the rod of the Pact Keeper, just kind of twirls it in this hand that's only briefly illuminated in the light. It's way too big to be a human hand. It looks different than it did last time. And then as it twirls the rod, you notice it has an extra finger. And it catches it. And then just paltry. And it tosses your book down on the candle. And as it hits the candle, it spreads this fire out like it landed in a pool of oil, and your whole book lights up.
Right.
And then it takes the rod and it taps it to it, and it stirs it like it's stirring a cauldron that has appeared on the floor. Lifts all of that smoke and ash and tar, like the thick glob of mucus almost at the end of the rod. And it holds it out to you and it says, "Have a taste, Zelek. Go on."
Pulls off his mask.
As you breathe in the fumes, at first you just suck in the fumes, and then almost like the mucus comes alive, it shoots into your maw and down your throat. And you watch as the embers at the tip of your rod sort of light down the way, and you blink and cough and hack. And then you are coughing and hacking as the light returns to the room, and as Rook is over on the floor putting out one of the sheets that's on fire because the candle was knocked over. He's literally just sitting there like, fuck, shit. I'm the only one immune to fire in this fucking place. Selig. Resting on the edge of your bed now is your rod. Very different looking than originally. It is no longer this simple staff. It looks like this smooth marble-handled cane. And as you sit there in confusion, you cough and hack again, and there's a pooah, and this smoke comes out into your hand, and it immediately, like it hits the edges and outlines, forms your book. It forms this dark tome in your hands.
Does it have the lock on it?
It does have the lock on it.
So like hold it and just puts his mask back on, and he holds the book, and he looks around it and goes, "If I were one to assume." He blows some smoke into his hand, trying to find the key.
Just appears in your hand.
Just waves the smoke off of it and just...
As you go and put it in and click, there is immediately you hear a boom, 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 and then the door is like knocked on.
Zelek?
Yeah,
Zelek, you okay?
yeah, I'm alright.
Rook was just stomping out the bed sheets.
Oh, yeah.
Said, not
Yeah.
stomp on the floor if you're in trouble.
Yeah, I'm alright, why?
Do I smell smoke?
Yes. But it always smells like smoke in Celik's
Yeah,
room.
it smells.
That's
It
right.
smells the room.
But you're not allowed to smoke inside.
We not?
Hopefully.
He's
you
broken
hear
that
Rook
rule
just-
way too many times.
You just hear Rook just, "I knocked over a candle.
You knocked over a what?
I knocked over a candle.
Oh my, is there a fire?
No, I put it
No.
out.
Okay.
I'm a great firefighter."
Do you need new bed sheets?
No,
Yes.
no.
Rook points at the bed sheets that have a big burnt patch on them and just,
Rook,
"What?
no.
It's fine.
Yep.
We don't need bed sheets."
And like Salik's like looking at the book.
All
It'll be
right,
fine,
well,
Bella.
if you're sure, just let me know. I'll
And then-
I'll go back downstairs.
Salik's like looking over at the bed sheets and he goes, "Yeah, I'm sure." He pulls his hand and this like streak of smoke pulls out. He tosses over at the bed sheet, mending.
The sheets fix themselves as Rook's like, "I guess we're just gonna have to." Oh, okay. Fuck me, I guess.
Have trust. Wait a second. And he goes over and like grabs the rod and just stands up and uses it as a cane.
Neat
This
stick.
is definitely fashionable, but do I look like I need a cane? Do I look that old?
I mean, with the mask, you do look kind of like
like you might have a condition.
He just like twirls it and puts it down. And I look as he like has a cane and just this book in his hand.
You remember your professors back in school?
Yes.
You look like you'd be one of those fuckers.
This is our warlock. He has every disease.
Like flipping through the paging, and he gets to one page and he goes, "Oh, Dark Horse."
What? Oh no. Tell me not.
We'll meet him soon.
Oh, you don't need more summons. You've got me.
Not the Katy Perry song.
Album,
Right, Rook.
maybe.
Right, Rook. I do have you. Please turn into a mount. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Meanwhile, Vane, you're getting ready to go to Nearly's. You're trying to wrangle a partner because you guys are going in pairs.
Well, it can't be Bella, so
I mean, it could be because you're getting ready now. So as Bella
That's
comes
fair.
back down the stairs. But before you can get anybody to be a partner, there is a knock on all of your doors. Or on your door.
Oh, I was gonna say all
All of them?
Oh shit!
Bro knocks on everyone's door. Are
There is a
y'all
knock on the
okay?
door.
Hello.
And there's just Lance just,
Hey.
hey. I got good news and I got not so good news.
Start with the shit stuff so I can decide whether I close the door.
They're kind of connected, so I kind of have to give it as one thing of news. Like a bigger thing of news.
Fine.
Behind you. Don't worry, Selig just knocked over a candle. He's fine.
This looks nice. This doesn't look like a bomb went off in your living room.
We got a tapestry. Oh, you gave us the tapestry. Never mind.
No. It was in your mailbox.
Yeah, it
That's
was
right.
Alex
We got a
too, I feel
tapestry.
Okay. So Squad 13, congratulations. You guys are finally going to get to leave the city of Cloudbreach after several days of being on lockdown. Unfortunately, it's not because we know more information about you know who. Beneficially also, we haven't had any issues since then, so presumably you're safe. All of the extra guard rotations have presumptuously worked on keeping you safe. Haha. Bad news is the reason you get to leave the city is because the original thing we were going to do, where you stayed until William Black is good to come back, has some hiccups.
See, that's something when you say that William just like hasn't come back.
Yeah, because he hasn't.
Fuck.
Because at about 400 hours this morning, we sent for the normal check-in with William Black, and he didn't respond. And then we sent again, and then he didn't respond. And then we sent again to some of the Stormridden in his group, and none of them responded. So, because you guys are part of this and important right now due to certain things, and because, the safest place you guys can be is around the lore master of the Research Guild, or in the Apropos Tower, I guess. But I think you wouldn't want that. I don't think Delgado would want that. Anyways, you guys get to go on a mission.
To save the most powerful caster on this side of the Stormwall.
Well, just to figure out why he's not answering his calls.
Vic turns around to the rest of the group and he's like, this shit
Oh, we're all here.
is insane.
So walks down the stairs after hearing the door knock with his cane. Just, "Hi, Lance."
Are you okay?
Sally, did you hurt yourself?
Oh, with the mask. Do you have an immune condition?
He has every disease.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
He might have burnt himself. He knocked down a candle. He said he would be fine, but
Oh my god.
He's older
Knew it
than
was
he
worse.
looks.
Oh wow.
Yes, all of those things are true. Hi, Lance.
Hi. You can stay over there.
We're kidding, boys.
Thanks.
Oh.
So, William's team is missing.
Yes,
Oh.
William and Squad 12 are missing, as is everyone in that research outpost.
Oh.
None of them are answering. Scrying also has not proven successful.
Where were they last reported?
This is the real kicker that I don't know how much you guys are gonna like. Our last known location for Squad 12 was half a mile underwater.
Huh?
I hope you can swim! And that is where we are going to end our session today.
Let's go. I've done that before.
Pulse is like, what?
Half a mile underwater. You need to be able to do more than just swim.
Nah, you're fine. Everything's fine. Thank you all so much for listening to Starlost Stormridden or watching Starlost Stormridden if you're watching it. Generally speaking, however you absorb this content, awesome. Good for you. Glad to have you here.
I hope you're absorbing this content because that was a lot.
Just wait for next time. It's going to get even better. For now, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.